He wants to do something about that right here today against Arizona State. And just a short time ago, the president of the Tournament of Roses, Bill Johnstone Jr., led the entourage onto the field in celebration of this great pageantry. Bill there on the left-hand side with his lovely wife. And there is our queen, Queen Halferty, who will attend the University of Southern California next year.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
and two very celebrated Grand Marshals, Shannon Miller on the right and the great Carl Lewis on the left-hand side. So our stage is set, and now we'll turn it over to Arizona State and Ohio State in a moment at the Rose Bowl.
Call now and you can own a copy of the official Rose Bowl game program from today's game. It's the same one sold at the game, and it makes a terrific souvenir. The Sugar, Fiesta, and Orange Bowl programs are also available. Call 1-800-769-8843 now.
Well, the Rose Bowl about to begin. We'll go down to midfield now. The referee from the Big East is Terry Monk, and we will have the coin flip.
Gentlemen, we have a special coin minted with Arizona State on one side, Ohio State on the other. Ohio State, you're the visiting team today, so we'll have you call the coin. Ms. Miller and Mr. Lewis will toss the coin. We'll allow it to hit the ground. Call it while it's in the air. I say, Ohio State. Arizona State has won the toss. Would you like the choice now or the second half? You want to receive? Yes. Ohio State, you'll be kicking. Which goal would you like to defend? Defend that goal.
What's interesting about that is that Arizona State won the coin flip and did not defer. Most teams, the majority of them, when they win the coin flip, will defer in college football, and that means usually that they go on defense. Jake the Snake Plummer, number 16, didn't hesitate. Give us the football. We want to go right to work against this Buckeye defense. So we'll see how that pans out. Some very talented fellas from Columbus, Ohio. Bruce Snyder grew up in the shadow of the Rose Bowl. You can only wonder what his emotions are. The first time he tried to get into this stadium, he volunteered to drive a float in the parade because he knew there was a free ticket at the end of the parade. What he didn't know is that the parade doesn't end until the second half of the football game. And so by the time he got here, it was already a blowout. He won't miss the opening kickoff this time. And here's his man. 5 times Arizona State has fallen behind, and in this stadium, early in October, twice they trailed UCLA by 21 points. And then in the fourth quarter, Jake the Snake was magnificent. He threw for a touchdown. He ran for a touchdown. He caught a pass on a throwback and wound his way into the left end zone for a touchdown. It's a team that is much greater than its parts. And on the other side, you can wonder what the emotions are for John Cooper. Here's a man who 10 years ago brought the Sun Devils of Arizona State into the Rose Bowl. And who did they play? And who did they beat? Michigan. That's one of the reasons why he was hired back at Columbus. And now he brings his second team in here today. Nervous. His coaching staff has to be juggled for this particular game. 2 members of his staff are going to move on to become head coaches. Now he'll watch the reason why. As you see, Mike Jacobs on the left-hand side. He will call plays today. Walt Harris will be on the right, and he, of course, is the new head coach at the University of Pittsburgh. So a brand new man. He used to help out Major Harris back with Don Nehlen in his days when he was at Morgantown, West Virginia. Andy Stamp, and there is Terry Battle. When we were here in early October, he hauled one back 99 yards. He's returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns. We're underway in Pasadena. And here comes Battle. Hole in the middle. 33-yard line, and it's time for Jake the Snake to go to work. What a wonderful record he has. It was early in his freshman season that he stepped up as the starting quarterback, and that makes this Rose Bowl his 40th consecutive start with 64 career touchdown passes at Tempe.
Arizona State, the 33-yard line.
So coming out with that play called on the sideline, as they plan to do. Plummer with a few words for Battle. Let's see if he's going to get the first carry. It's going to be a short setup pass And it is complete to the 42-yard line. Lindsey Jackson, the wide receiver, as we meet the backs and receivers. Lindsey's number 83. Battle, of course, is 8. Keith Poole is the favored receiver of Jake. He's number 3. Steve Bush, he was injured earlier this season, number 82, a good tight end. And Jeff Hawk. Wait till you see the Incredible Hulk when he's on the field, set up that blocking. Dick, what about the plan here unfolding for the Sun Devils?
Well, Dan Caseta, the offensive coordinator, wants to open quick, fast tempo, just what they're doing right now. They're going to use their entire package early.
The Incredible Hulk is short of that first down, but he kept going. He just refuses to yield. And on the second effort behind this offensive line, he reached out toward that first down marker. Now, the offensive line is not celebrated except for number 74, Juan Roque. But keep an eye on Gray Rugamer, number 51, over on the other side, the right tackle. He has a Rose Bowl legacy to follow here. That story will develop today. Kyle Murphy, number 56, a very good guard.
Dan Cassetto, offensive coordinator, talking with him. He's very excited about the approach. They always come to run, but they plan to run later. They're going to open up their game plan. Multiple formations, movement, run both backs, reverses, screens, quick screens to wide receivers. They've got the whole package, much of it programmed in this first series.
Two tights is a signal from Bruce on the far side.
All calls go through Bruce Snyder. He doesn't make them, but he has the right to say, hey, let's try something different. He will set the tone.
So it will be 3rd and inches, and that's why Coach Snyder opted to go for the muscle up front. Give himself a couple extra blockers against the front.
They don't like to run with Jake on the quarterback sneak, so look for him to hand the ball off.
Which they do. It's Battle. Cole, first down, close to midfield. Kelly was there, along with the strong safety, number 13, Damon Moore. Now the defensive line from Ohio State, and it's a real good one. Finkus, 92, Vrabel, 94. Luke Fickle is a story. He's next to Winfield Garnett. Fickle, 99, has an injured pec muscle, and so he was somewhat questionable. This is his 50th consecutive start down in the trenches. The swing is to Battle. Slides down, but he crosses into Ohio State territory in the nickelback. Antoine Winfield, number 11. The linebackers from Ohio State, and they include the freshman of the year, Greg Belisari, the veteran, number 30, along with Ryan Miller, are outside, the big cat. Andy Katzenmoyer, familiar number. And there you see Belisari. There is number 45, last worn here at the Rose Bowl by a fellow by the name of Archie Griffin. Back-to-back Heisman trophies he won at Columbus. Second down for Jake and the Sun Devils. They're at the Ohio State 47-yard line. Plummer in trouble, going down. And the big cat, Andy Katzenmoyer, rolls in with the game's first sack.
They went to a blitz on the slot side, Brent. They brought the corner, number 11, rolled up on the slot. That's Winfield. He's the nickelback. And they brought Katzenmoyer, called him correctly. They want to rush 4 guys to one side. You'll see this from the left side of your screen. You'll see number 11. Flash. Here he comes. Hard to pick him up. See, Roque, number 74, trying to determine which man to pick up. Roque didn't make the decision quick enough.
Now it is 3rd down and 14. The ball at the 45-yard line here. Snake's going to throw the swing to Battle. Battle just beyond the original line of scrimmage. And Arizona State forced to punt.
Well, Arizona State wanted to start fast. That's why they elected to accept the kickoff. Take the thing. Got to be psychologically psyching for Ohio State to just shut him down right there.
From the 47.
He's a good punter, Lance Anderson. He's a senior from Apple Valley, California. Many of the youngsters on the Sun Devil roster out of the state of California. There's another good freshman, David Boston from Humboldt, Texas. Back deep for the Bucks, standing on their 10-yard line. Tillman, the linebacker, 42, is the short man. Boston at the 15, can't shake the first man who is down there, and he goes down short of that 20-yard line.
Kevin Tomasini did a great job on that one, Brent.
Well, here at the Rose Bowl, it seldom rains, but Jackaroot today could wind up being an exception, huh?
Well, Brent, we had a little intermittent drizzle, and now we've got it once again. Now, the footing so far is very, very good. But consider this fact. In NCAA rules, they mandate that you can only use a half-inch spike. That's only this size. This is a shoe that was used in the 49ers game. You see how deep they are? If it continues to rain, footing could be an issue.
All right, Jack. The Buckeyes come up with their first play from the 16-yard line. Stanley Jackson, the quarterback, changing up the play at the line of scrimmage. Pepe Pearson gets the call, swings outside. That's Matt Keller. Let me check that. That was Matt Keller who got the call, number 23, the freshman. So here is Stanley Jackson, 10-0 as a starting quarterback. And you can see where he stood as far as pass efficiency is concerned in the Big Ten. And we will see a lot of Pepe before the day's over. Matt Colhoun, the other fullback. David Boston, Demetrius Stanley are the wideouts, 9 and 3. Split backs. Jackson took off, and he'll go down at the 13-yard line as the Sun Devils brought heat right up against the middle. Pat Tillman and Sean Sueda. Tillman a linebacker, Sueda the defensive tackle.
See, they also brought an inside linebacker and strong side linebacker, and he had no place to step up inside. They forced him up inside. Now you see the maroon jersey just collapse that, and Rogers on the other side that time, Brent, got help inside. They tried to block him with the guard as well inside Orlando Pace.
So the defense of the Sun Devils, underrated all year. This is a unit that shut out Nebraska. Jackson takes off, nothing doing. He is down at the 12-yard line. Amy, another of the defensive linemen. John Cooper knows he's in deep right now. Brent Bartholomew will punt from the Buckeyes end zone. And Fright Night Friedman with a few words before he dashes out onto the field. And he came back off, and words of encouragement for the defensive coaches for the job he has done with J.R. Redmond's eyes back deep now, standing right at midfield. This could be a good field position for the Sun Devils. Bartholomew was able to boom it out of there. Did very well with that punt as it rolls dead at the 41-yard line. But Cooper must be concerned about the Buckeye offense.
You're looking at Keith Poole's older brother, Mark, a promising athlete in high school. He was the man that his little brother looked up to until a tragic automobile accident in high school made him a paraplegic and confined him to a wheelchair. Keith always looked up to his older brother, Mark, and then when he saw the accident, he said, "I'm quitting football." And it took his older brother, Mark, to convince Keith Poole to come back and play at ASU. And the way he did it, he said simply, "Don't waste the talent that God has given you."
And Jack, Keith has certainly come on from that inspirational guidance from his brother. The leading receiver of these Sun Devils battle on first down for a yard. Greg Belisari makes the stop on Battle. So the key storylines are certainly going to concern the two corners. Sean Springs, number 24, and Ty Howard, number 2. They play man-to-man. They allow Fred Puggage to blitz a lot because they will take the wide receivers. And Springs goes over now to bump on Poole on the far side. Backs off a couple of yards, gives him 7 yards. Jake looks in the other direction, slipped, incomplete. And that was Jackson, Lindsey Jackson.
If that slipping is an indication of problems to come, there hasn't been much water on that field. Here we are right at the start of the ball game. Tighter coverage. They plan to pressure with those corners a little bit more. You can see the tight coverage right here. They're going to go ahead and challenge them. By doing that, you can free your safeties to go ahead and attack the run inside.
Buckeyes go nickel. Winfield on the field. 3rd down and 9. Battle set way behind Jake. It's throwing blitz, and there was contact in the neutral zone.
Game plan-wise, Cazzetto, offensive coordinator, using 3 hard counts before he calls the audible. The hard count, the 3rd one, pulled him offside. Dan Cassetta right there. Very fine offensive line coach as well.
Dead ball foul. Contact by the defense. 5-yard penalty. It will remain 3rd down.
See, they're using this technique to try to take a little off the intense rush of Ohio State down 4.
So instead of 3rd and 9, it is 3rd and 4. The ball at the 48-yard line.
3rd and 4.
Buckeyes will stay with the nickel. Winfield stays on the field in the defensive backfield. They still think Jake, who is 3 of 4 for 19 yards, is going to put this ball in the air. And he won't disappoint him. What a one, incomplete. And he had his wide receiver, Kenny Mitchell, wide open, and he dropped it.
He rolled the corner up. They forced him outside. They did exactly what they should do. Throw the ball between the rolled up corner and the safety rotating over. He just didn't make the catch. Here it is. He'll come off. Now you'll notice the corner to the left does not back off. He knows he has the safety coming over to get there. The safety gets there all right. He would have made the tackle, but the receiver, Mitchell, should have made the catch.
Anderson's second punt. Boston signals fair catch. And fumble! And goes back to regain control at the 18-yard line.
Wow. Boston, just a true freshman, coming on strong as a wide receiver. What, he got 13 balls or so against Indiana?
We saw Joe Hollis over there send Stanley Jackson back onto the field, and you can watch here. He just simply fumbles the ball, gets away, but watch the effort afterwards on the high hop, and he was fortunate that the ball came up in the air. He was able to grab it, the son of an NFL official, and he recovers his own fumble. Now Calhoun is set in front of Pearson. This is the formation that Arizona State expects with the ISO fullback. Short drop, penalty flag is down. Pass was complete to D. Miller on first down, but there was a penalty flag.
Scott Vondrahe on the coverage for the Sun Devils.
Both defensive teams just a little maybe too intense, a little too fired up there, not concentrating on the ball, listening to the quarterback's command.
You can see Coach Cooper saying we'll decline that and take the gain on the completed pass.
Offside on the defense. Penalty declined. First down.
Now they line, and there's one of the most celebrated linemen ever in college football on the left, Orlando Pace, along with Murphy, Porter, Daniels, Golston, and Pace is matched up against nothing but quickness today. When he looks over there, there's number 59, Rogers. You can see 59's going away from him now. He won't even be anywhere close to him. Double tight end, Lumpkin.
They want to run at him in the double tight end set.
And it's Pearson before they're able to get him out of bounds. The defensive front four, they don't have the celebrated All-Americans, but the Nebraska Cornhuskers will tell you that these fellas can play. Bernstein, Sueda, Amy, and of course Rogers, who was a monster that night at Tempe. 3 safeties. Then we have Smith, Vondrahe, their leading tackler, and Pat Tillman. They're the 3 linebackers, and Rogers gets ready now. They put him out in space. They keep him away from the big offensive lineman, and they chase him with a tight end. And now it's Pepe Pearson, left side. Buckeyes are signaling first down.
Ohio State lines up the tight end to get Derek Rogers to the open field, then flops the tight end back up there so they get the big tight end blocking the smaller down lineman in Rogers. And he got a real good block, but the rest of the defense rallied around him. Phil Snow here calling the defense right there in the middle of your screen. See Pace blocking down, but the good block right there by Jones getting Rogers pinned inside is what they wanted to do.
So the ball is out on the 39-yard line of the Buckeyes. First down. Opening quarter, tough defensive game. Pepe Pearson for a couple with Derek Smith. Now Derek Smith's out of American Fork, Utah.
Well, the new offensive coordinator, Mike Jacobs, said they're going to open up formations, move them around a little bit more. We can see more underneath passing in this game plan, Brent. Here's Jacobs to the left side of the screen, Walt Harris to the right side of the screen. Now, Mike Jacobs called offense in a lot of big football games, Brent, and they also plan to go deep at least one quarter, at least once each quarter.
Second down and 8. Ball at the 42-yard line. And here's Jackson. They sprint him to the left. Good runner. Jackson short of the first down. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and Derek Smith again in active pursuit of Stanley Jackson.
Run out of bounds by Derek Smith.
Now you can see that Soward, one of the corners, is over there too. We have talked about the defensive backs from Ohio State, but the defensive backs from Arizona State can run too.
Oh, no question, and they can tackle as well, Brent. See, play action here. This is the one thing that Jackson brings to the offense. Ability to run, but contrary to what I would normally think, Phil Snow, defensive coordinator, Arizona State, wants him to run. They want to force him to run and then fill in those lanes and knock the heck out of him.
See what Cooper's offense comes up with now on 3rd and 3.
Pressure defense. Here they come. Safeties.
Short drop. Fires high. Complete. First down. Buckeyes at the Sun Devils' 45-yard line. And he put the ball back in D. Miller's hands. The sophomore from Springfield, Ohio, with his second reception of the game. And Soward was the corner.
Tight man-to-man coverage. They brought both safeties that time. But in throwing the ball quickly, you can get rid of it before the safeties get there. You can see the blitzes coming, the maroon jersey. Tight man-to-man. Defensive holding should have been called. It wasn't. They got away with it. Taking one more look. You can see to the left side of your screen how tight the coverage was. They defy you to go deep.
Now on first down, and the Buckeyes are 45 yards away, and they're going to use up a timeout over here. There's a penalty flag, however. I think the flag came down. Jackson saying I was calling timeout, so the officials will confer, and let's see if Terry Monk will simply pick it up now and give them their timeout.
Timeout had been called.
Yes, exactly.
Before the flag was thrown.
And Snyder nodding his head on the other side. I think you've got a good view of him. He said, good. Let him use it. Let him take it. We won't argue this call. Scoreless at the Rose Bowl. ABC Sports coverage of the 1997 Rose Bowl, brought to you by Plymouth. One clever idea after another. That's Plymouth. MCI, is this a great time or what? Digital Equipment Corporation. Digital, whatever it takes. And Chili's has so many new grilled items, you'll see why we say Chili's grills like no place else. 6:39 to go, opening quarter. Arizona State and Ohio State are scoreless. The main storyline, the Sun Devils trying to win a national championship. John Cooper trying to win one for pride. Only 1-6 in bowl games. 1st and 10 at the Sun Devils 45. Fake it into round. Jackson tries to buy time, and now he'll hoof it. Good runner. 40, 35. Cut back. Down hard at the 26-yard line.
I'll tell you what they did. They're bringing both safeties up, playing both corners man-to-man, bringing the safeties up to attack the run. They ran a play action. They had an X-post pattern. Here are the safeties coming up, getting on the run. See, they took the X-post, ran him down the hole. They had it, but the pressure, he could not set up and throw it. See him go down the hole? There he is. All he has to do is throw it over the shoulder. He couldn't do it. Good pressure, but good scrambling ability right there by Mr. Jackson.
This is what the coaches like about it. This is what Mike Jacobs, as an offensive coordinator, understands. He had Major Harris, and the Arizona State defense understands now just how mobile Jackson is. Play fake, fires open, man complete to Keller, and Keller's inside the 5-yard line.
See, that's really tough on the outside linebacker. Play action right at him, man to coverage. I've got that back out of the backfield. That is really tough. Good design. They know what that defense is doing. They're attacking the weakest phase. Linebacker on a back coming out of the backfield. Play action first will freeze that linebacker. See that little token fake to the left side of your screen? You'll see there he is coming out of the backfield. The linebacker bit on that action fake. Tough not to do it. They do it every Sunday.
You know, he was slipping too, wasn't he, folks? He could have made a hard cut and slammed back on the inside. 1st and goal, and the defensive coordinator talking with the head coach. Remember, Ohio State's offense has not scored a touchdown in 6 quarters. Jackson fumbles. He'll make the most of it. Penalty flag is whistled down. No touchdown for the Buckeyes.
A penalty flag at the line of scrimmage.
No excuse for fumbling a quarterback center exchange at this time of year. You know, at this time of the year, that should be automatic. Bruce Snyder says, well, I'm glad you did it anyway. Phil Snow, defensive coordinator right there, makes all the calls.
Before the snap, movement on the offense, 5-yard penalty, it'll remain first down.
Big Juan Porter is the snapper. He's been efficient all year.
First and goal.
Right center of your screen. I fault on that. I think Jackson was coming out a little early. Got to keep pressure with that top hand.
There's Jacobs on the left. The play is down to the sideline. Now it's first and goal, but the ball has been moved back to the 9-yard line. Jackson, receivers covered to the left, in trouble, throws incomplete, and that was very dangerous. Soward went diving for the ball in the end zone.
Now, Stanley Jackson hasn't thrown many interceptions, only 5 this year, but he should not have thrown that ball. If you're going to throw it away, get it all the way out of bounds. Especially in there, you're already down there, you're in position, you don't want to take a sack, you're in field goal range already, don't foul it up. Drop back pass, 3-step drop. See, the pattern's taken away. Good pressure there. He couldn't find a receiver. Now he's looking downfield. Throw it out of bounds.
We saw a picture of Joe Germain, the Buckeyes' other quarterback, on their sideline. Second down and goal. Deflected, incomplete.
You know, this is what Ohio State has had problems the last couple games, Brent, is getting in the red zone. Prior to that, they were doing a great job getting in the red zone and getting a touchdown out of it. That's why they get 3 field goals against Michigan. You're in the red zone, big game, you better get 7. Sun Devils getting off the ball. That's State right there. Oh, that's Bernstein right there, but it was Jeremy Stott, number 92, that batted it down. Big young defensive lineman out of Bakersfield College, played offense in Bakersfield.
They were trying to set the screen behind Orlando Pace on that side, and now they come up with a 3rd and 9. Jackson with good time, couldn't find anybody, and he's got to take off. Fires to the corner, and the Buckeyes wait for the signal down there. Yes, touchdown. There was a conference down there before the official signaled that David Boston had made a legal catch in that corner of the end zone.
Coverage was very good initially, Brent, but that much time, the quarterback sitting back there like that, he should have been sacked inside the pocket. They let him outside the pocket. He bought some time, allowed the receiver to work in that corner. From up here, you couldn't tell whether he was in or out. And they did hesitate on that, didn't they?
Josh Jackson with the punter, Bartholomew holding. And it is just good. So the Buckeyes strike first here in the 1997 Rose Bowl.
See Boston doing a real good job of working with the quarterback, and they coach that kind of stuff. There he's got that left foot in. Good job. NFL no good. NCAA touchdown.
And good officiating. That official did not guess on that side of the field. He waited for help. And another official said, yes, Boston's foot was inbounds. That's a touchdown. Timeout at the Rose Bowl. Well, what else is new? Arizona State's behind 5 times in 96. So why not start out 97 the same way? But remember the last time they played in this stadium, they trailed by 21 points before they rallied. They don't want to fall that far behind this time. Battle and Farlow back deep.
At least what Bruce Snyder told us, he doesn't mind being behind early because it defines the rest of the game plan. They know what they have to do.
Battle from 10, hit at the 20-yard line, and down right there. Jake Plummer will put it in play, and let's go down to our colleague, Jack Aru. Jack?
Well, Brent, the Ohio State Buckeyes have bristled a little bit during the pregame and everything that led up to this Rose Bowl. They felt that there was too much attention on the Arizona State and the fact that they had a shot at the national championship. They came out, the Ohio State Buckeyes, with a swagger today. And when the quarterback just came off for Ohio State after that touchdown, the first thing he did was wave to the crowd with a thumbs up, with a swagger in his walk.
All right, first down, and here's the handoff. and the Buckeyes crawl all over it. I thought what was interesting in that sideline shot of John Cooper is Stamp obviously was expected to put that kickoff someplace else. Coach Cooper was not happy with the result of that kickoff return by Battle that time. He did not necessarily want it in his hands that short. And you can see the man who 10 years ago brought Arizona State now comes back with Stanley Jackson and the Ohio State Buckeyes. And on the far side, Bruce Snyder, 5 years ago, he took California to Orlando and the Florida Citrus Bowl. Now it is 2nd down and 11 for his offense, trying to get on track. And Plummer on the sprint is down at the 15-yard line, and there's the big cat rolling again.
Boy, can he move inside out. See, they were in a bare defense. Inside of the defense was covering all the offensive people, so no one could get to him. He just tracked that down inside out perfectly. Good job. Here he is, linebacker. He'll just go inside out on the play. Tracking it down. See, no one can get to him because all the offensive linemen are covered by defensive linemen. Good job. The only thing he didn't do fundamentally sound was get his hat across the bow. And this young man, 245 pounds, and can he run? And you no longer have to call him a freshman. He's just one heck of a linebacker.
On 3rd and 15, Plummer in trouble again, the Buckeyes. Pincus was coming from the backside. Belisari was there too.
They are pressuring Fred Puckett. Defensive coordinator said we were going to come after him. That's causing confusion. Now they're talking to the coordinators on the sideline about solving some problems. Fred Puckett said, hey, we're going after him. That's what he says. The only touchdown we've given up in the red zone is we've played zone. He said we gave up 2 touchdowns against Purdue. The first 2 times they touched the ball, we were in zone. Today we're going after him with man.
Boston back deep.
Boston standing in midfield.
Anderson steps over to the left. Made a good pickup on that snap. Neither of the snaps have been very good the last 2. And Boston now weaves his way back into Sun Devil territory at the 44-yard line. So with their last series, the Buckeyes moved 82 yards in 11 plays to take a 7-0 lead. They will not have nearly that far to travel when you come back. Well, a reminder that the Nokia Sugar Bowl is tomorrow night on ABC at 8 p.m. Florida State will try to defend that #1 ranking. They'll have to do it the hard way. They'll have to beat Florida a 2nd time. It's tomorrow. Now the Buckeyes of Ohio State favorite, lead Arizona State by 7 here. And they will attack from the 43-yard line. Jackson sets the screen this time, and Keller has been very active here in the first quarter. It is now becoming clear that Coach Jacobs and the other assistants made a decision to use the fullback as the key man here in this game and send him out. There was all that talk about Matt Calhoun and all these isolation blocks that we were going to see, and they were going to set up Pepe Pearson. But it is this man who has been the key to their offense today.
Well, Mike Jacobs, the coordinator, told us just because he calls plays isn't going to make much difference. What made a difference is having 16 days to adjust the offense to play Arizona State.
2nd down and 4, and Jackson has to feel confident about his situation now. This is Pearson, and that appears to be a 1st down depending on where the spot is. You can see Calhoun, who's like an extra guard, number 39, coming in, and you can see Bondarahi is a little bit undersized in matching up against Matt Dick.
Well, I'll tell you, Calhoun loves to block. He told me he went to Ohio State at 6'4" and ended up being 6 foot even just because he's making that block all the time. But a linebacker like Bondarahi cannot wait for that lead block. He's got to get up in the hole and take him on. These 2 people will make contact again somewhere here, and probably again in this first quarter.
They'll know each other real well by the time
well.
this Rose Bowl ends, won't they, Coach? Sean Sueda goes to the sideline, and Albury Battle, number 97, checks into that defensive line. As this bigger offensive line, as you can see the Bucks get set, they're starting to wear him down just a little bit in the early going anyway. Jackson on the roll, sprints, almost caught on the deflection by Demetrius Stanley. He almost was able to pick off the pass, but instead it went incomplete.
Arizona State has already made an adjustment defensively versus 2 tight ends. They're coming in now when they see 2 tight ends with 5 defensive linemen and going 3 deep, leaving a safety on the bench. Good adjustment. Now, if Ohio State sees that, look for them to throw the ball in play action, and because they only have a 3 deep secondary. Bill Snow calling it.
This is 2nd and 10. Buckeyes with 3 wides. Stanley, the main man in the pregame game plan, is slotted to the right. Jackson will go short side, complete to the 30-yard line. And you can see just how quickly Richardson moved up from that safety spot and unloaded on that 3rd wide receiver.
Brent, this is something we know. We saw Ohio State in person play 3 times. We saw them at least 3 or 4 times on tape. What they're doing now with 3 wide receivers really hasn't been part of their package right now. When they spread out before, they would have a running back up there. And this time, here it is. Again, a running back up there. I misread it. I thought it was a wide receiver. Excuse me. First mistake today.
3rd down and 6.
Blitz. Here he comes. You got to see that.
Friedman, and it was a white night experience for Stanley back at the 42.
A senior quarterback should see that coming. That free safety was almost on the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball. That was not a surprise. He's got to adjust, either get out of there or throw the ball away. Very good change-up call by Phil Stowe. Dick Arbuckle on the left there, special teams coach, now setting up his punt return. Maybe not sending in a punt return team right now, leaving the defense on the field just in case they run a fake.
Belisari is the short man.
Back to receive for the Sun Devils.
Bartholomew into the end zone. And you can see Redmond down there, one of the return men. He knew the ball was going into the end zone, and he unloaded on the Buckeye who was coming down to see if he could down that pass inside the 5. Buckeyes lead the Sun Devils here in the Rose Bowl. It's 7-0. We come to the end of the first 15 minutes of play. Happy New Year, everybody.
The first quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State Buckeyes 7. For the Sun Devils.
In the first 15 minutes, well, we saw the first touchdown of the new year scored in the state of California, and it was the Ohio State Buckeyes.
19 yards passing.
Left foot was in. After the conference, the touchdown. Now, Jake the Snake and the Sun Devils, who are having trouble against this defensive line, wanted to go long, and that was Sean Springs, who was locked up with Poole. That's the matchup we will see all day. Number 24, his father, once played running back with the Dallas Cowboys. Sean, the Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten, and a great footnote to that story. He did not intercept one pass this year, and Jake Plummer is matched up against one of the best corners in all of college football. Number 24, and I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 on the other side, Ty Howard, is not bad either. So it is 2nd down and 10 for Plummer and the Sun Devils. Battle bounces off the first tackler, but Belisari cleans it up after Ty Howard made the initial hit.
You know who really broke the play was Damon Moore, the strong safety up there on the tight end side. He didn't make the play. He just ruined the play, Brent. He went in there and stripped all the blockers, left the guys out there so the inside-out pursuit could make the play. He'll be coming flashing from the right side of your screen. You'll see number 13. They'll snap the ball. He'll come flying in there. The right side. Now you see Brable 94 working inside. See both blockers go down. That cleared the lane. Real nice job of strong safety play by Damon Moore.
Ricky Boyer, number 24, the 3rd wideout, goes in motion. The Sun Devils try to open things out. They flare it down to Battle with a great move, and Battle to the 31-yard line, and a first down for the Sun Devils. You know, there was a very hard luck story here when Arizona State rolled in to play UCLA. Michael Martin, who until that time was their starting running back, went down with a neck injury and was unable to play. And this man, number 8, Terry Battle, stepped in and rushed for better than 1,000 yards and gave the Sun Devils that breakaway dash in the backfield. And we saw such a nice move that time. And now he'll come over to the side. And Michael Martin on the Sun Devils sideline watching his teammates. J.R. Redmond replaces him. And J.R. Redmond, not too bad either, pounds to the 40-yard line.
There they go, running their version of the isolation fullback lead. Big old Jeff Polk, number 44. He goes in there and takes on Katzenmoyer. Was in the right side, just nailed, and the play broke back. 45, Katzenmoyer goes into the hole, slides, bang, he doesn't get the block. The other linebacker absorbs the block, opens up the hole. But he did move Katzenmoyer in the direction of the fullback. Look for divide action coming up.
2nd and 1, and Hawk steps off to the right. If they come back power, but they send a tight end, Kendall, over the other direction. Play fake, and Jake's going to roll left. Tight end's a safety valve, tries to throw the block, and Jake's got a first down at the 45-yard line.
Mike Grable, 94, looks awfully quick coming inside out on that to make the play. Yes, they made the first down, but Grable really looks fresh. Last time I saw him play against Indiana, studied him on the Michigan film, he looked like he was a little bit worn down. He plays so hard on every snap. Had a nice visit with his mom and dad, Brent, at the parents' luncheon yesterday. Dad's a principal of high school, mom a principal of a middle school.
So nice to see all the families who come out here with their youngsters to the Rose Bowl on first down. Jake now rolling, just sprinting out to the right-hand side. So what now the Sun Devils have decided to do is, against that enormous pressure up front by the Buckeyes, they are simply having Jake Plummer move the pocket left, then move it back on over to the right.
Now what Fred Puggett will do to counter that, Brent, instead of blitzing inside, he'll bring outside linebackers off the corner and try to lock the quarterback inside that pocket. There's Fred Puggett. Now scratching your nose may not be a signal. You know, it's allowed to itch. You're allowed to itch on the sideline.
Jack Arute, Michael Martin down there. What's his status? Will he be able to play next year for the Sun Devils, Jack?
Well, let's ask him. Michael, what is your status for athletics next year?
Oh, I'm full go next year. I'll be ready to go in the spring.
How tough is it to sit out this Rose Bowl, though?
Oh, it's so hard. I just gotta deal with it. You know, tell the players what I see, just turn them on.
What about the attitude of this team?
Oh, they ready to play. I think we're kind of too hype right now, but they gonna settle down and come through.
I'll tell you what, he's got a smile, but it's tough on an athlete like him.
Got a nice earring, too, Jake. First down at...
I'm sort of surprised you haven't tried one yet.
Then the defense will be penalized 15 yards. That carries with it an automatic first down, so it'll be 1st and 10.
Explanation time.
There's a gain of 5 yards on the play. First and 10 for the Sun Devils, the 48.
So after Terry Monk sorted everything out, it'll be a first down for the Sun Devils at the 47-yard line. A personal foul on both teams. Movement.
The hard count's getting them. They better stay with it. Coming into this ball game, Arizona State used a lot of very quick counts, come up on the line of scrimmage and go, and they were going to change up, and that change up is effective.
Dead ball foul, offside, defense remains first down.
He just drops on a knee. He realizes what's happened. He doesn't want to, he just drops down there. Hey, just give us 5. I'll take it.
Moves the ball in the Buckeyes territory.
So the ball is moved to the Bucks' 47-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 5. Fellas in the striped shirts dominating here over the last minute or so. Play fake by Plummer, fires high, great catch by the tight end Bush. First down, Sun Devils. There's a young man who missed several games this year because of an injury. Steve Bush, the senior tight end from Phoenix, Arizona, and he just reached up and snapped it out of the air like a wide receiver.
And he had good time to throw. At that time, Juan Roque, 74, left tackle, did a real good job on Vrabel. You'll see right here on the right-hand side of your screen, good pass protection. That allowed the tight end to cross the formation. That takes time. Good technique by Roque. Gives him time. Nice little throwing lane to throw the football. Good job.
Sun Devils come back with Battle on a first down running play, and Battle gains 8 yards before he is out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Ty Howard, the corner on that side, and Battle He just keeps showing you that dash when he gets to the corner, and sooner or later against a bump and run corner, he's going to get 3.
Yeah, he may not even see him coming, Brent. In talking with Battle, I asked him about his running style, and he said, Coach, I would rather run outside tackle and wider. He says, I don't picture myself as being a real good inside runner. I want to get outside.
To the short side, slot man now will come back.
They're in the bare front now. Everybody covered.
Fake. Wow. Katzenmoyer comes up big on that play.
See, in that defense, you cover all the offensive linemen with defensive linemen. No offensive lineman can get on this gorilla, and he just moves in and pops the play. He should make that play. Nobody can get to him with that scheme. See, he's free to slide right in there and pop him. But when he hits you, he normally has his knees bent, his back straight, and he'll knock you on your back.
J.R. Redmond. He's the fellow who threw that pass back to Plummer. He's in as running back. He's replaced Battle on 3rd and 2. He flares over the middle, and first down, Sun Devils. Devin Kendall, the senior tight end from Fremont, California. So on this drive, the senior quarterback, Jake Plummer, involves 2 tight ends.
And whenever you use motion against man-to-man coverage, you loosen it up just a little bit. That tight end came in motion across the formation. He moves. He's to the left side of your screen now. He started on the right side. He'll come underneath on the left side. There he is. See, he had a little cushion now that he would not have had if he hadn't gone in motion.
Arizona State trails it by a touchdown, but they have moved inside the Buckeye 30. Redmond. And he is short of the 25-yard line.
You think you can call who made that tackle again?
The Cat.
The Cat. And that was counteraction. Now, you'd think a true freshman playing inside linebacker in a Rose Bowl might be fooled a little bit by counteraction. Not this guy. Having the 2 experienced outside linebackers in Ryan Miller and Belisari out there to calm him down and teach him through the year, now he plays like a senior.
Jeff Wilson checks into that defensive line. On 2nd down, pump fake Plummer. Now goes end zone against the nickel man. Great catch, touchdown. Oh, what a grab by Ricky Boyer. Winfield can't believe the catch that Boyer made in the end zone. He thought he had him locked up.
Robert Neese to attempt the point after.
Robert Neese. Jake Plummer the holder. Tied at the Rose Bowl.
Again, the use of motion by a receiver, loosening up man-to-man coverage. A little pump fake right there. Boyer did a good job of looking back over his outside shoulder. And he is a CIF sprint champion, so if he has to turn it on and make it, whoa, my gosh, that didn't look like he caught the football. I'm not sure he caught that football. Woo.
That boo you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is from the folks from Columbus. They're watching it on the big board out here, and they see that ball touch the ground, too.
2 things could have been called. Pass interference could have been called as well.
So the first big break of this Rose Bowl game goes to Arizona State. We're tied at 7.
In 13 plays.
Ricky Boyer coming down the sideline. Good concentration on the ball. Both of them looking back at it. Now he has control of it. I'll tell you, that is not a completed pass. Not a completed pass. You may have been able to call pass interference on that. Now they could say, well, he's looking back at the ball. I don't know. I think that they should have called pass interference as well.
Lance Anderson.
Let me just.
Winfield says, I can't believe it.
Great coverage by the cameraman.
Yeah, excellent job.
Demetrius Stanley and Sean Springs.
Lance Anderson, nice catch though. For a while, you still, it'll show in the record books.
They've had some plays like that in the Rose Bowl in years past.
Anderson, fielded by Sean Springs, the defensive back, handling the ball. 25 alley and out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Sean Springs So
the Anderson Consulting World Championship of Golf, that's the year-long event that features many of the world's finest golfers. Match play, Scott Hope from the United States, Greg Norman of Australia, Sam Torrance of Great Britain, and Sasaki of Japan. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, $1 billion. Next Sunday, 2 Eastern, here on ABC. First down and 10 for the Buckeyes. The game is now tied at 7.
First and 10 Buckeyes. That's a 33.
Orlando Pace.
3
Sets
wide
down.
receivers, Brent.
Stanley Jackson will come with their base play. Bucky Pearson to the 40-yard line, and that is 7 yards on first down before Pat Tillman, the linebacker from... Now take a look at that hairdo there. So he hasn't had a haircut since he was in high school. He's a 3.87 student, and obviously he spends much more time in the library than he ever did the barbershop.
When you visit with this guy, though, you can't help it. Like him. Craig Janoff and I, our director in this ballgame, we sat and visited with this guy. When you leave after talking with this guy, you're fired up. He's got that sparkle in his eye. He loves to play the game, Brent.
Second down and 3. Fullback offset to the right, and they'll run Pearson in that direction. Lumpkin was also over there. The Buckeyes brought power as they rush ahead for a first down.
That's also a series that's been activated for the Rose Bowl that they used early in the year, and then they dropped it, and they recognized they needed something that would freeze that inside linebacker and get the ball going away. John Cooper doing a good job of adjusting and trying to get a little more spark in that offense. This guy right here can give it to you, Brent. They said he had 15 days of real good practice. They didn't start him against Michigan. He was 10-0 going into that ball game, as you said. But he can run as well as throw.
Sherman Jackson checks in for his first series, and here's the draw fake. They usually use Jackson on the draw play. Now Stanley faking, got a man open, got him at the 25-yard line. Incomplete. Buster Tillman going to argue that he had control. He said, under the rules that we've established in the Rose Bowl, that clearly was a catch.
Buster Tillman doing a good job. All coaches teach a secondary reaction to a pattern when the quarterback gets outside the pocket, comes your way. Usually the widest guy breaks and goes deep. Now there's Tillman. See, he sees the quarterback coming in his way. A scramble drill. Here he is to the left side of your screen. That looks like a better catch than the other one.
Looks like he had it.
Yeah, he looked like he had his hands under it, but I don't know anymore.
Jason Simmons was the defensive back on that side, and he was the fellow who was fooled. Second down at 10 now, and Stanley almost intercepted by Fright Night Friedman.
See, that's another thing Ohio State has not done in previous games, is bring the back out of the backfield and send him upfield. They had the right coverage. He stepped up inside the pocket to throw the ball, but excellent coverage. A safety would be on the back out of the backfield if they're in tight man-to-man and blitzing, and that's exactly how it was, and Friedman did what he had to do. Friedman, the right side of your screen, see, he's moving up inside to pick him up right there. They used a little option move to try to get underneath him, but old Fright Night 13, he knocks it down.
Third and 10.
Pressure, pressure.
Bouncer. Demetrius Stanley had run a pattern and was coming across the field at the 35-yard line, and the pass was low, and now the Buckeyes will punt it back to Arizona State.
Two things happened on that, Brent. First, excellent coverage, but it was also excellent pass protection. But the coverage was so good, nobody could break free, and he just had to almost throw the ball away.
Brent Bartholomew dropping back in punt formation for the Buckeyes.
You know, punters don't get a lot of credit, but Brent Bartholomew has really improved his punting this year over last year. He's been one factor, the reason they're in the Rose Bowl.
A beautiful booming punt under pressure, and it'll go all the way through the end zone, and Arizona State coming after it. Bartholomew said, oh my, I gave him a touchdown, but it was a 56-yard punt. Timeout. High above the Rose Bowl, the Goodyear Blimp Eagle then provided these aerial pictures. Goodyear Blimps travel over 100,000 miles every year, covering major sporting events. 7-7, Arizona State, dreaming of a shot at a national championship.
Here's Kevin Wolfhausen, the defensive line coach, getting his group fired up. He says, you know, we got to get more pressure on that quarterback.
And Jermaine with a package for him in this offense, now starting to warm up on the sideline. Battle is the running back behind Plummer. The Buckeyes show Damon Moore pressing up at the line of scrimmage, the strong safety. And Battle has nowhere to go, somehow got free, and then the big cat cleaned it up.
See, they're jumping in that bear defense, the old Buddy Ryan 46 defense. They're getting in it. They're not audibling to a different play. Everybody's covered inside. They can't knock them off the ball. No place to run, Brent. They have to get outside it with that or throw against it. Fred Buckeyes. Got a little chew underneath that lower chin there, or that lower lip there.
Second and 10. Fires complete and short of the first down because of Ty Howard, the corner man over there, working against Jackson. Jackaroo.
Well, Brent, offensive coordinator Dan Cazzetti has a very special philosophy about playing this game. He got it from Tony Dungy. He calls it the 4 X's. The first one, the expectation. That, of course, would be to win the Rose Bowl. The second one, and this is most critical if you intend to win, that's execution. Third one, excuses. Don't have any, and you won't need the fourth X, explanations.
Sounds good.
I gave Ty Howard a little bit too much credit, and the Sun Devils get a favorable spot. And now Boyer squeezes back through for 5 yards with Vrabel and Moore hanging on. And so Boyer with a first down run. Dick, you can see the offensive line's confidence start to grow. Arizona State in its first couple of series had trouble solving the mass and what the Buckeyes were doing. But now they're starting to come off the ball. Roque and Rugamer, the 2 tackles against Cooper's defense, and they're doing a much better job down there.
Well, they loosened them up too, Brent. You know, moving the quarterback outside, spread formations.
The toss fumble, Battle goes back, loose ball, still loose, and now he's got it. He regains control, and for a moment, it looked like Luke Fickell might recover the free football.
You know, and initially they had a play going, but it doesn't count if the running back doesn't catch the football. Roque had pulled at the left tackle position and kicked out and had given him a running lane up inside, but lost concentration on the ball. First things first, Mr. Battle. See, right there, good pitch. He's got to take that ball. See, he's looking out in front and watching where he's going to run with the ball before he seeks the ball. Wow, he's lucky he got it back.
Third down and 9. Belisari up on the line defensively, and he's coming. And so too was Kelly, the safety blitz. When Belisari moved up on the right side, they were able to pick him up, and that just allowed Kelly to come right up the middle.
For some reason, they're ignoring the bare front defense, Brent, and they're not audibling, and they can't handle that kind of pressure. They haven't been able to run against it. They haven't been able to throw against it. You have to get rid of the ball quickly. Here it is. See, there's pressure all over the place. There's Kelly coming there to the right side of the screen, and they use all fronts, and they blitz from them all.
Anderson's punt bounces in front of Boston, and it will be down by the Sun Devils. Ball will be spotted at the 29-yard line. You can see the official. And let's take one more look at this sack, because you will see how the linebackers at Ohio State operate. Belisari and Katzenmoyer with pressure, and Kelly says, oh, baby, a free shot at number 16. Let me have it. Timeout in Pasadena. ABC Sports coverage of the 1997 Rose Bowl brought to you by Ford Taurus, more of what America wants in an automobile, and Fidelity Investments, where more than 7 million Americans trust their retirement savings. Josh Jackson warming up just in case he gets a shot here in the last 5:30 of the first half. Score is tied at 7. And the Buckeyes come with Michael Wiley, giving them some dash at that tailback spot. He'll be set behind Calhoun. Joe Germain is in at quarterback, so it's a new offensive set, and here comes Wiley. Breakout speed, 11 yards on his first carry of the game, and Simmons finally brings him down. And here's a young man who could have quite a future at that tailback spot, number 5. He's a freshman. He's from Spring Valley, California.
See what they're doing now, when you go 3 wide receivers, they're going to go to a 2 deep. Well, that gets the safeties out of the run position right there. So the 3 wide receivers is loosening up the defense. It gives them a chance. They stun it out of the play. Fullback does a good job. And as you said, Brent, Wiley is a little nifty guy.
Jermaine, perhaps a better passer than Jackson. With his package, he's in with Wiley. They use Wiley again. He sprints out to the right to the Sun Devils' 49-yard line. 3 more yards with Van der Ahe, Simmons, and Friedman all in on the stop.
Now, Wiley started out the year as a wide receiver. He was a great high school running back coming out of San Diego area. Ran for over 1,900 yards.
2nd and 7.
And I really thought he should have stayed with it, but I think Tillman might have turned him back to the inside right there by constricting it like that. But I still believe there was hole up inside there. But you can see he's going to be a cutback guy, Brent.
I'll tell you, number 13 might have been coming from that hole you were talking about, too.
Could have been.
Might have been a little frightening when you look in there. 2nd down for the Bucks. They moved the tight end over on Derek Rogers. They've been attacking 59 with the tight end. Wiley smashes right straight ahead to the 45-yard line. So the strategy now has been countered. Arizona State has flexed Derek Rogers off the line so big Orlando Pace cannot get a body on him. That was Bruce Snyder's plan coming into the game. The Buckeyes are simply moving a tight end over on that side so that 59 does not get free. That's why we haven't called his name very much here.
But what they did, Brent, with that, they had Rogers there, the tight end there, but they stunted Rogers all the way into the play. He made the play coming from the backside. They don't want to leave him on a 340-pound offensive tackle.
Rogers is on the other side, away from Pace on this 3rd down. He's picked up. Boston short of the 1st down. 4th down for the Buckeyes. And here comes Bartholomew off the sideline.
See, on those short pass situations, tight man coverage, Ohio State does not use a fade principle, in which I'm talking about. You take the short route and take it deep down the sideline and try to hit him 18, 20 yards deep. They don't teach that principle, so it's hard to convert a 3rd and short situation on that kind of a pass, unless you're just more physical than that defender.
For the Buckeyes.
So for Bartholomew, they send Keith Poole in as one of the return men along with J.R. Redmond. You can see Poole, number 3. And he will stand back at the left 11-yard line. So they protect the wings on Bartholomew, who booms it again into the end zone, and it's coming out on the 20. And Bartholomew with a little jump, disappointed again that he's banged his 2nd straight punt into the end zone. Timeout.
Ball will be spotted at the 20.
ABC's New Year's Day concludes with your Wednesday comedy favorites, Grace Under Fire, The Drew Carey Show, Ellen, plus a special coach for our viewers on the West Coast, right after the Rose Bowl on many of these stations and at 8 p.m. Pacific time, all tonight on ABC. Arizona State and Ohio State deadlocked at 7. 2:44 to go in the first half of the Rose Bowl. Luke Fickell is out of the lineup right now. Jake Plummer with a 1st down. Swing Boyer and a foot race with Vrabel, who brought him down from behind.
You see what I'm talking about, Brent? That quickness? You know, he is responding to what he sees, and his body is fresh, and he's moving inside out. 3-4 weeks ago, he may not have been able to make that play.
Like I said, Boyer, the wide receiver. This was Battle, the running back, who had slinged out as a pattern. He makes the catch.
Yeah, see now, Mitchell right there, number 82, whether Bush was going to try to wheel him off up there, and here comes Vrabel inside out. Good movement by a defensive end, playing his last game as a Buckeye. And boy, he had a great career.
Now Boyer will come in motion behind Jake. And this is Battle again. Far outside, comes off of Moore, and Sean Springs' penalty flag comes down at the 30-yard line as Springs was bringing him down. We'll see what the official on that far side saw with big Luke Fickell, who came in with an injured pec muscle in this game. 50 consecutive starts. They'd miss him in the middle of this defensive line.
They would really miss him, but he's out of there right now because they're playing a nickel, and they're taking him out and using a better pass rusher against 3 wide receiver attack.
Face mask, 5-yard penalty against the defense, assessed from the end of the run, repeat 2nd down.
A gain of 3 yards
Arizona State came in here, a penalized team, and the penalties are going the other way.
5-yard line.
So here comes Fickle with the left arm bandaged. Into the lineup now for the Bucks. On a quick count. Plummer to Poole, incomplete, and Sean Springs, number 24, comes up big again.
I asked him about the matchup. Is he concerned? He says, no, I respect Poole. He's a fine receiver. He has good leaping ability. He said, Coach, but I can cover, and I've covered good receivers in the Big Ten many times. Not a cocky guy, a confident guy with tremendous ability to back up any statement he makes.
And here's a storyline for the day. Poole is being shut out by number 24. He's the go-to man. 3rd down and 5 from their own 25. The Buckeyes blitz Kelly again, and Plummer slips away from it. Battles toward the 1st down, Arizona State. Now there is that veteran Jake Plummer. The safety blitz was coming. He slipped out the side door and reached for the 1st down. Not bad for a skinny kid from Boise, Idaho, who really didn't want to play quarterback when he was growing up.
See, again, it's that bare front. Look at everybody in the line of scrimmage is covered by a defender. They all bring the safety 34, the linebacker number 92. They're right there. Matt Fink is stunted over into the play. They're going to have to solve that problem. It isn't that difficult.
They're going to go without a huddle right now on 1st down. Plummer fires incomplete at the 45-yard line. Kelly comes up big on Bush, the tight end.
And they wanted to throw the ball over to the left side of him that time, but Ty Howard, you know, you can take a receiver on and bump him around, and Ty did a good job of taking him away. Good progression by Plummer working inside of that tight end. Just threw it a little bit late. Nice job, Ty. Did a good job. Make the quarterback throw it where he doesn't want to throw it. Tight end coming off to the right side of your screen. See, he looks out there, tight end going down the hole, gets it over Balasari. Here comes Kelly.
2nd down and 10. Move the pocket to the right. Incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Sun Devils.
If it isn't Vrabel, it's Finkets doing it from the defensive end position. What a tandem these two young men have been for a number of years. Finkets right now starting his 38th game. Vrabel starting his 38th game. And right now they're giving Mr. Plummer a headache. There is the all-time sacker, Ohio right there. 36 sacks in his career, 64 tackles for a loss. Just loves to play, and his dad told me he's been a gym rat since he was a little kid. He just has always loved to compete.
Third down and 10 for the Sun Devils. Plummer, incomplete. They will punt it away. Again, it was Kenny Mitchell working over on the right side.
You know, Brent, if I were Arizona State, I'd go back to using some movement and loosening up that man-to-man coverage. Just don't line up and let them zero in and play tight man. Make them chase you and loosen up the coverage. And sometimes defensive teams audible to different coverages versus motion.
In a tight defensive game, one of the things you notice being around college football is that sooner or later there will be a play on special teams. Something will happen. A punt or a kickoff. Here's Anderson. Boston is back. Big hop. Going to concede some yards.
Bad mistake. He should get up there.
Conceded a lot of yardage back all the way to the 20-yard line. 49-yard punt by Anderson. 52 seconds remaining in the first half. We're deadlocked at 7. Well, the season premiere of ABC's Wide World of Sports will feature the men's competition of the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions. Victor Petrenko, Rudy Galindo. And the competition was taped back in mid-December in Innsbruck, Austria. And so we will have that on the NutraSweet World Challenge of Champions next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Time. Ohio State, Joe Germain replaced Stanley Jackson as the coaches planned in this game. They had a package. 3 wide receivers for the Bucks, 4 down linemen. Rogers gets outside of pace because they drew the fake and they ran on the play. Scott Von der Ahe making the stop on Pepe.
Remember last series I talked about how the 3 receivers force the defense into a two-deep, get the safeties out of there. Phil Snow, defensive coordinator, makes the adjustment quickly. That time they didn't use that. They got the free safety. Good call, good adjustment there, Phil. Gets the safety up in a position that he can fill that play if they come up inside.
2nd and 8. Keller is the split fullback. Pepe around behind him. Daylight. Tillman hanging on over there.
Eric Golston at the right tackle position did a good job. You know, he doesn't get a lot of credit. He's not a dominating player, but this time he sticks and stays with that kind of play, Brent.
So we have come to the end of the first half. Ohio State scored first on a touchdown catch by David Boston. 1 foot inbounds. Then came the most controversial moment of this Rose Bowl. Was this a touchdown? The officials gave it to Ricky Boyer on the diving catch, but did he have control, or was he losing it as he went down? You be the official. Regardless, it counts, and Arizona State and Ohio State are tied. Back with more after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Basketball, Saturday at 8 on Channel 9.
ABC sports coverage of the 1997 Rose Bowl brought to you by Chili's. Chili's has so many new grilled items. You'll see why we say Chili's grills like no place else. And right now at halftime, we will see that the Ohio State band is down on the field here at the Rose Bowl. Very familiar songs under the direction of Dr. John Woods, who you see there. The music from Star Wars.
Next, we feature drum major Corey Thompson. In the Star Wars saga, we met Wookiees and Ewoks, droids, and Darth Vader.
But in the Empire and the Rebel Alliance, the strangest characters of all were in the Cantina Band.
In just a few weeks, the Star Wars films are set to blast off back into theaters once again
with new scenes and characters never seen before. Passion and fear, drama and comedy, the conflict of good and evil. Star Wars is an epic story for the 20th century. May the Force be with you.
Hold on a second here. Well, as you know, the Nokia Sugar Bowl tomorrow night in New Orleans. And when we come back, we're going to go down there and hear from John Saunders and Todd Blackledge when we continue with our Rose Bowl coverage on ABC. Rose Bowl, and they were not without controversy. The first one scored by Ohio State. David Boston, their freshman wide receiver, was coming across the end zone. As you look away from Boston, who does have his left foot down, watch the official who's supposed to make that call. Doesn't even see it. Has to search for help. He does get it, and fortunately for everybody concerned, they get it right. We're not so sure about the second and Arizona State's only touchdown of the first half. From here, this diving attempt by Ricky Boyer appeared to fall out as he hit the end zone. But there's another issue. Early on in this play, was this not pass interference on number 11, Antoine Winfield? So even if it wasn't a touchdown, would they not have had a first down, which would have kept the drive alive, 15 yards, you know, as pass interference, not first and goal like the NFL. So with Dick Vermeil and Jack Arute, I'm Brent Musburger. Dick, I think you make such a wonderful point about Arizona State in the second half.
Well, Brent, they have dominated play in second half. They almost like this kind of environment, to be even or behind. That's Jake the Snake's competitive ability coming out, but they've outscored opponents in the second half 230. All right, to 72. That's a big spread. Ohio State, though, is dominating the line of scrimmage from a defensive standpoint. They've got to really feel good about their defense, but again, they've got to get some offense going, too.
Are they as good when they're tied at the half? So the national championship is very much up in the air. Not only this game, but tomorrow night on ABC, the Nokia Sugar Bowl, the rematch, Florida State against Florida. Now, if this game stays tight, and let's say that Arizona State pulls it out with a late field goal, wins this game 10-7 or 14-10 or something of that nature, Florida has to feel very good about its chances to jump ahead. So a lot of things are unfolding here in the second half. Very much up in the air as Arizona State will kick it off, and the Buckeyes will get the first possession of the second half. And Dick, did the numbers reveal anything from the first half?
Really, the numbers reveal what the first half has been all about. A 7-7 football game, but no turnovers. Time of possession slightly in favor of Arizona State, but rushing yards for Arizona State, 17 yards. They come into this ball game averaging 248. Other key thing is that Poole has not caught a ball here in the first half, and he's their key guy.
Joe Germain opens the second half as he finished the first for the Buckeyes.
This guy right here has been the spark, though, in the first half. Quarterback scrambling ability, moving, throwing the ball downfield.
Calhoun and Pearson, the running backs. And again, they move the tight end over on Rogers. And on a running play for 3 yards. It is interesting as we follow one of our main storylines, how the Buckeyes, Dick, have been able to lock up on number 59, Derek Rogers. Orlando Pace certainly is over on that side, but Rogers has not been a factor in this football game.
No, he has not. And, you know, one reason, Ohio State's done a good job of staying on a third and real long where they can just tee off and come after you. So they've kept them where they've got both defense to run and the pass.
The base 4-3 is the look being shown by the Sun Devils. This is Pearson on a delay, and they'll close down hard with Derek Smith in there on the hit, the linebacker. Jack Arute, what about the two coaches here at halftime of the Rose Bowl?
Well, naturally, I asked John Cooper about that controversial touchdown by Arizona State, and he said, hey, it was a great play. He didn't want to talk about it. What he did want to talk about was momentum. That may be the reason why you're seeing Germain starting the second half. On the other side of the ball, for Arizona State, Bruce Snyder said, I have to calm my guys down. He feels the emotional level's too high. He also says, I'd like to have a few more points.
Third down and 8 for the Bucks. And timeout is being called. The Buckeyes use their first in the second half. Cooper not happy about that, and we'll take a break. Time for a little break for the Snake. Hoping his defense can get him that football back.
He doesn't look like he's too excited. I mean, he's very calm and relaxed.
Derek Rogers flops over to the outside, just trying to get some daylight.
Like a pressure defense, and it is.
They pick up Rogers, incomplete. Jermaine looking for the tight end, D.J. Jones, coming off the line, but the pressure was there.
See, they loaded up 4 guys to the left side of the offense. They couldn't handle everybody, but Jermaine handled the pressure. He got rid of the ball quickly. He just didn't throw it accurately. If you're going to get rid of the ball quickly, you still have to get your feet set to throw the ball.
Dropping back at punt formation.
Fourth down and 8. Bartholomew. Now Redmond from the 35 slips at the 45-yard line. Well, Dick, Rogers flopped over on that other side and was able to get a little heat on this time.
Well, they like to keep him away from the tight end if they can. If he's on the tight end side, he'll be wide. See, he's wide right now, working upfield on Golston, number 50. Gets a heart, but the ball's being thrown up inside. They've got to get a little more pressure up inside to make the quarterback hold the ball. Then Rogers might get there.
Lando takes a break. Hawk and Battle are the running backs behind Plummer. Arizona State opens with a power formation. They're going to pound away, and Battle picks up almost 5 yards.
I guarantee you, Dan Cassetto, offensive line coach coordinator, went in there and said, listen, you big jug butts, we haven't blocked anybody yet. Let's come off the ball and get after him. We don't have to be fancy, call counters and reverses. Let's get after him. That time, they came off the ball like they meant it.
Coach getting fired up.
Well, I know Cassetto's attitude. I've been around that guy. He'll get after him.
2nd and 5. Battle brings the end around, and it's Poole. Midfield, first down, inside the 40-yard line. So Poole may have been shut out as a receiver, but they'll find a different way to put the football in his hand.
And the key to that kind of reverse is you run it off one of your great plays. Their favorite play is the counter play. They start it one way, and they pull all the linemen. You'll see him going to the left. Hey, come out there. Old Jake looking for somebody to block. He said, oh, gosh, I'm glad I didn't have to hit him. Good open field running right here. He's done this a number of times this year.
1st and 10.
Kelly, the free safety, forcing him out of bounds, but not before. Poole picked up a first down at the Bucks 38. Jackson is the short wide receiver. Battle with Miller trying to trip him up, and he was able to stumble forward for a couple of yards. So here it is, Arizona State stating the Sun Devils' case for a national championship. And tomorrow night it'll be Florida State and Florida stating theirs on the Nokia Sugar Bowl, 8 p.m. Eastern time on ABC.
2nd and 9. From the 36.
Jake Plummer asking for a little assistance. He wanted him to repeat the play from the sideline. Poole is out far to the right. Jackson slot, quick count. Throw back left side. Boyer dueling Howard. Diving attempt again. But this time, no catch.
What they did that time, Boyer, 24 on the left side, away from action, tried to run a lull you to sleep route. He came off the ball and just relaxed and then took off. Bottom of your screen right here, you see what I'm talking about. He comes off, he pauses as the quarterback rolls away from him. See, he'll come off. Now we're looking, pausing. Now he takes off and tries to use that sprinter speed, but Ty Howard did a good job of reading the intention.
Redmond checks in as the running back. Remember, he too is capable of throwing the ball. Here comes the blitz from Kelly. They're going back to Bush on that screen, 35. Good call against the safety blitz. And Bush powers inside the 15, and now the penalty flags come flying.
We saw them run that on the practice field the other day. Real good play. And in those blitzes, Brent, sometimes you lose that tight end, especially if he slow blocks, meaning he sets up, shows pass, and then releases. You don't see many screens to the tight end. Very good change-up call.
Against the Sun Devils.
East Coast guys aren't used to working on the West Coast. It's taking them a little time here. They got jet lag.
A gain on the play of 23 yards.
Bruce is trying to get clarification as the confusion reigns again here with this Big East crew. The preliminary on this was a
right
personal
there
foul
on Rugemer right there. There shouldn't be any indecision on that.
Dead ball is the call. It's 15 yards.
At the end of the run, it'll still be a first down, Arizona State.
Mr. Rugemer is a very, very intense football player, but that was not smart football.
Great football legacy.
The ball back to the 28-yard line. First to 10.
They come quickly out of the huddle. This was almost by Boyer. So it is first down inside the 30 against pressure. Katzenmoyer explodes it, and Redmond bounces off the first hit. There's another penalty flag down, however. So we'll see if the officials can sort this one out any quicker.
I believe it's defensive offside or
Mike Graybill on the tackle.
Again, that hard count working, Brent.
This one against the Bucks.
That Rugemer, he's a real interesting story, Brent. Yesterday, visiting with his father, his mother, his grandfather was there. Really excited about being here. Listen.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
His grandfather, his two sons played here in the early 60s for Minnesota in the Rose Bowl. Now he's seeing his grandson play in the Rose Bowl.
23.
Very 86 years old, Grandpa was, and he was really excited about being here. Been through many surgeries, and Mr. Rugemer said, you know, Grandpa may not be around if he didn't have somebody to watch play football.
You know, we're going to have some seismic hits between Paulk and Katzenmoyer before this baby's over. Battle sprinting out. Winfield made the first hit as he came across the nickelback.
Real good job by Mike Graybill, defensive lineman, getting penetration up there, making the play bounce outside right now.
Mike Graybill finally brought it down.
Top of your screen, 94. Winfield inside 68. See that right there. He's on Pat Thompson, 67. He pushes the play back, and then old Antoine, number 11, can come up there and finish it off with some help from 3 other guys.
Let me correct myself on Winfield's number. It goes to number 11 coming up in that corner spot, the nickelback. Second down. This is Paulk getting his carry, and what effort he showed. He came away from Mr. Vrabel that time, didn't he? As he kept driving.
Well, they pulled big Pat Thompson, the right guard. He's a 310-pounder, and got him out there, and he came up in behind him. But Jeff Polk is built low to the ground at 6'1", about 245. He bench presses the weight room. I asked him the other day in visiting with him. You'll see the pull right here, right side of your center, number 67, kicking out right there. There's Polk. He doesn't need any blockers. He gets those pads down, takes people on, and runs over and advances the ball 3rd and inches.
Orlando Pace has checked into the defensive unit. On 3rd and 1, goal line look by the Buckeyes, which means that Orlando Pace is in. Battle couldn't get away from number 13, Damon Moore.
Damon Moore has done that all year, Brent. Not a great pass defender, just a real fine tackler. He loves those situations where it's he and the ball carrier. He can make the play. Orlando Pace there, number 75, defensive left tackle. He has an inside gap. He's got his pads up too high. That's why he gets knocked off the ball. The ball's forced to the outside, and Damon makes the play. But it's 4th down right now. Alert fake. The chances are they won't.
Jake Plummer is the quarterback. It is 4th and short. Neese, if he kicks it, a 37-yarder. And Neese boosts the Sun Devils into their first lead of the day. Who knows how big that might be in Arizona State's drive for what they hope will wind up with a national championship. The Sun Devils lead it by 3.
Ohio State Buckeyes 7.
It's time now for the defense to stand up, and Greg Belisari asked for a little help just moments ago on the other side of the ball. telling Pepe Pearson, let's get with it. We're down 3, and the defense is playing like a Rose Bowl champion. Why doesn't the offense join us? Now Stanley and Springs are back deep as the Bucks need something on special teams, anything to get them going here in this football game. Springs will try it from coming out of the end zone. 15, 20, to the 25-yard line, and Joe Germain continues as the Buckeye quarterback, which leads me directly to your question, Dick. You would have stayed with Stanley Jackson.
Yeah, I'm sort of confused. He moved the team. He was 6 for 12 passing, you know, and I know they planned to play them both, but I would have thought they would come back with him right now. 6 for 12, Germain 1 for 2, but Stanley was the guy that scrambled around and threw the good balls downfield. One of them, they didn't give him the catch on it, but I don't know.
Above the waist, against the return team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
So another problem for the Buckeyes is that penalty goes against them on the kickoff return, and Joe Germain checks back in to see if he can do something, and now it's very tough field position. They'll be coming out against Bruce Snyder's defense from the 12-yard line. And Snyder starting to feel much better. His, as Dick told you at halftime, has been a great second-half team. Rogers over to the Goldston side. Fake, Germain time, and a diving attempt by Stanley. Makes the catch there at the 29-yard line.
See that little token fake inside there to the tailback. It freezes the linebackers just enough to allow that deep square in. Now here they have good pass protection. Rogers on the left side on Golston right there doing a good job. He's got his hands on him. That's legal. You can use him. Good time. He's going to have to start coming underneath those tackles that are walling him off to the outside. He has that kind of quickness.
Yeah, Rogers put that inside move on Nebraska for that third safety. Now they've got a tight end, Jones, over on him on the left. Germain going to fake again. Comes to the middle, caught on the fly. The Buckeyes break Stanley. 72-yard touchdown. This quarterback controversy is history.
I told you he should have stayed in there and played. Bill Snow, defensive coordinator, said, well, I called the right coverage. This is the one advantage Joe Germain has, Brent. He is a little sharper passer, a little more accurate coming into this ball game, and has been in the practice. Again, those two tight ends condense that defense, constrict it. They're play and run, they're play action. Good call, good change up, big play.
Longest pass play for a touchdown this season for the Bucks. Josh Jackson, Bartholomew, the punter, will hold it. And the Buckeyes regain the lead. Demetrius Stanley.
Demetrius Stanley right there on Jason Simmons, number 10. See, man-to-man, he gave him just a little bit wrinkle, and you see that nice burst to the inside. No safety help inside, so the quarterback, Germain, could throw the ball away from the defender and pull him across the field. And here he is, and Orlando Pace did a nice job on Rogers.
It was Orlando Pace dropping back to pick up Derek Rogers on the left side, and as a result, the Buckeyes have regained the lead at the Rose Bowl. ABC Sports coverage of the 1997 Rose Bowl brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change. AT&T, your true choice. Ohio State leading Arizona State 14-10, 8:23 to go in the third. Mike Malfa is the new kickoff man for the Buckeyes. Barlow and Battle are back deep. Battle in the middle from the 5. Left foot kind of gave way as he made the catch. Got an alley. This is his favorite return over to the left. And Sean Springs there drives him out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And Springs is wrapped up. He and Battle are wrapped up here on the sideline, and also there was another member of the return team, and quickly some cooler heads prevail now and get everybody separated down there.
The ASU defense decided to go with 5 down linemen right here. That meant they took the free safety, Fright Night, out of there, Friedman. That leaves 3 deep, so they get 1-on-1 here, 1-on-1 there, and here's the touchdown. Simmons is all alone, no inside help. He should try to cover him inside a little bit more. See, no safety there, 5 down linemen rushing. He beats him right there. Big, big play, as you said, longest one of the year.
Quarterback, first and 10 from the 28.
2 tight ends. Battle squeezes through a hole to the 32-yard line. So let's take a look at the end of that kickoff return now. It was Sean Springs who came up strong on Battle. You can see it was a return left. And Springs really drove into him and is still kind of taking him down out of bounds over there. And he objected to that. And so he and Springs get in a little wrestling match there on the sideline. And quickly they're separated. Fake. And now Jake rolls the pocket. Going to get forced back the other way. Katzenmoyer is picked off. And Plummer dives for a first down. Great block on the big cat that time, and Plummer was roaming free.
See what they wanted to do, a very clever play, but it was read defensively correctly. They wanted to run Bush behind the line of scrimmage, the right tight end, and sneak him out the backside against man-to-man coverage, but Ohio State saw that coming. Real good coaching, very good alertness. You'll see to the right side of your screen here now, he'll run behind the line of scrimmage. You don't see that very often. They're trying a little trick play. Balasari, a student, too smart, wouldn't allow it to happen.
J.R. Redmond checks in as running back. Gets the call, right side. Belisari bangs him out of bounds.
Belisari does bang him out of bounds. He's been doing it for a long time, Brent. Academic All-American, postgraduate scholarship winner, received $18,000. In talking with him, he's either going to go to Ohio State if he gets in their med school or to the University of Florida. I would think Ohio State would insist that he come to school there.
I think we get another penalty.
Well, the Sun Devils came in here averaging almost 9 penalties a game, and they've been able to win in spite of it.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
This is Redmond sweeping away to the right, and you can see Belisari able to get on him, and then he gets help. But, of course, the penalty is going to bring the ball on back to the 30-yard line. And Belisari, someday, he hopes it'll be Dr. Belisari. He wouldn't mind, he told me yesterday, becoming an orthopedic surgeon. One of those smart, brainy guys on this Ohio State team. First down for Plummer. Redmond still in blitz. Winfield nickel man. So that time, Fred Puckage decides to blitz the nickel man, and Winfield almost gets there.
And what's so tough for the quarterback, they show him a 2-deep zone, which would not mean blitz. And then they change it up late, right prior to the snap, and in comes Winfield to get him. Tough, tough, tough to get. You'll see what I'm talking about here. Showing 2-deep zone. So now, safety right here, Winfield moves in and comes on the blitz, and these people move up to play man-to-man. Really tough, tough to read that. Even experienced quarterbacks in the NFL have tough times with that one.
Second down and 20. Winfield coming again, picked up by the running back, but that freed the way for the big cat to make the stop. He was right there with Finkus. They're just bringing Winfield right off that corner again.
See, they have to have good contain with a quarterback like that. Good defensive movements by Fred Puckage, the coordinator, getting pressure offside. This allows Katzenmoyer to come inside out, number 45. He came into the ball game with 18 tackles for a loss. Here he's getting another one working inside out, but give the credit to Winfield, number 11. A little corner safety in that nickel coming up and smashing it to the inside.
Katzenmoyer came off a block by Roque that time, too. And Winfield has become a factor. Third and long. Is there a whistle? Yes, there was before the snap.
You know, you mentioned Roque. I had a nice visit with him on the practice field the other day. I told him early in the year, I watched him play.
Dead ball foul. False start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, and will remain third down.
I mentioned to Roque, I said, you know, I've watched you play, I've read your articles, you're super player, but you didn't look real good to me. But the last 4 or 5 games, you look like you're what they write about you, a real fine player. He said, Coach, you know, I found myself so concerned about the draft and getting hurt. I was playing pensively. He says, I forgot out about all that stuff and became more aggressive, and I became a better football player.
Third down and 29. Plummer got Boyer, the motion man. Far short first down. And I want to tell you, Winfield has come to hit.
He really smacked him. Remember last year he had a play in the Citrus Bowl when Sean Springs got hurt on the first play of the game. Remember, Brent? He did a pretty good job. Here he is doing a great job in a big game.
It just took the Buckeye defense one touchdown from the offense. And they were putting the pressure on with David Boston. Makes the fair catch at the 25-yard line. It is amazing what that touchdown pass from Jermaine to Stanley did to this football game. It just upped the stakes for Ohio State, and they lead it. We'll be right back. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. When do you think the Goodyear blimp made its first appearance over the Rose Bowl? 1926. Cameraman is Glenn Hampton. They tell me he was not here in 1926. Glenn, nice to have you along with us on an overcast day in Pasadena, but just like Rose Bowls always, the rain holds off. Michael Wiley now, the dash and flash running back, and he's an outstanding receiver. In motion to the short side for Jermaine. Swadak picked up. Now the middle of the defense all over Jermaine. Von der Ahe in there on top of him, too.
They were in a little different formation package that time. Used a little motion, wanted to throw the crossing pattern, but they couldn't handle the pressure. They could have thrown it early if they had not been covered. Good pressure right up inside. He couldn't step inside. Swayed at number 99 doing a real good job. Very quick football player. Good pressure off the outside there. No place for Jermaine to go. Sack time.
Now the Arizona State defense starting to step it up. Second down and 12. A national title could be at stake. Here's Wiley. Van der Ahe wraps him up at the 24-yard line, and he'll go down in a heap of Sun Devils.
So far, when Wiley has been in there, they've given him the football. Might be wise to run a play-action fake with him there. He's also a good receiver and put him out of the backfield, Brent.
Jackaroo.
Well, Brent, you notice that Michael Wiley's getting a lot of plays, and one of the reasons why is he's relieved by Beppe Pearson, and the coaching staff feels that Pearson can't touch the ball more than 20 to 25 times in a game. If he does, they say a lot of his conditioning goes away. He doesn't carry quite as well, so they've worked Wiley into the rotation, but Pearson's back now.
Jermaine steps away, and down he goes. Number 94 won't let him get away. Now, Clint Bernstein out of Glendale, Arizona.
He will get credit for the sack, but the guy that really caused it was Rogers coming hard off the other side. He forced Jermaine to step up there and push him over to Bernstein. Bill Snow likes that one, defensive quarter. They have a good defensive series now.
5 yards on the sack by Brett Bernstein. Good by Bartholomew. The Buffalo.
Bartholomew. Oh, not a good one. And Redmond's going to let it go out of bounds, and they're coming up to mark this ball on the other side of the 50. Jake Plummer will play with half a field. That's only a 28-yard punt as the Sun Devils get pressure on the left side. And we'll be right back. Jake Plummer started out red hot, but now he has completed only 2 of his last 8 passes. And his favorite target, Poole, is being shut out by Sean Springs and the Buckeyes. Boyer with 3 catches leads the way for Bruce Snyder and the Sun Devils. The Sun Devils in their title drive down by 4, with Springs doing a whale of a job defensively. The running back, Battle checks back in. Now we will have the Big East crew sorted
Dead
out
ball
here.
Foul, illegal substitution, 12 men on the field against the defense, 5-yard penalty. It'll remain first down.
Well, Fred Puggich has been disguising his coverage over here on the sideline, and he finally gets called on it, keeping a couple of men over in the sideline. A lot of cat and mouse going on while you're away in commercial. Bruce Snyder takes his entire offense over on the far side so that Pugich's assistants up in the booth cannot see the package coming in for the sideline. Cooper goes to get the interpretation from the officials because clearly the Sun Devils want a different set of plays when Winfield, the nickel man, is on the field. Base 4-3, and Plummer straight back. Fires middle. Blue can't hold on at the 12-yard line.
Good coverage outside. Excellent free safety play by Kelly, working inside out back there. And boy, I'll tell you, Poole really took it in the chops. Good job by Rob Kelly. Look, he's still smiling. He doesn't care. He's a tough guy. See what I'm talking about right here. Big play, receiver go down the middle. You've got to be able to take a hit from the right side of your screen. Pow!
And now, I believe another penalty flag has been thrown on a coach over here on the sideline. And Bruce is saying, come on, move it on.
Dead ball.
That's what it is. That's on the
Ohio State bench. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Wow.
John Cooper knows it wasn't on him.
Well, there's no question what the issue was down there. They were still arguing that first call about having 12 men on the field. He's a pugnacious one. He was once a tight end with the Shy Bears. Bruce Snyder on the other side says, thank you very much, bench. We'll take the first down. It's like a big T in basketball. Plummer now got one-on-one, goes incomplete.
And Pugic, the defensive coordinator for the Buckeyes, again comes with Winfield off the slot, gets that pressure, have to throw that a little quicker, and real good coverage by Springs.
Springs was all over Jackson that time, Coach.
He likes to compete, you know, and this guy is going to compete for a long time on Sunday afternoons, just like his dad did at the Dallas Cowboys. But on the other side of the ball.
2:49 in the third. 14-10, Ohio State leads Arizona State. Second down and 10, the ball to 28. This is battle into the heart of Buckeye land.
You know, what a shame to waste a great block.
And now
Jeff Paul Brent got a devastating block, but it didn't matter. Someone else broke down. Look at that guy. Look at those arms on. Bench press is 475, just about 10 pounds more than you can handle.
Get a 1 yard.
Look at those arms.
I couldn't lift one of his arms.
And 9.
Got a tattoo on there, too.
27.
Boyer, the third wideout.
You can bet they'll come after him. They're in that bare front right now. Yeah, here they come.
Firehead one-on-one Poole, picked off. Katzenmoyer, the big cat rolling down his arm. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Wants a block from the safety, and there's going to be a penalty flag. Penalty flag is thrown back at the 40-yard line. The Buckeyes 40 on this play.
Penalty flag. The 40-yard line.
Katzenmoyer not blitzing in that situation, backing off in good pass defense. Ball batted back right into his belly.
Andy Katzenmoyer.
The interception by Ohio State is complete during the run. An illegal block below the waist during the return. First and 10, Ohio State.
The first turnover of this Rose Bowl.
You see this, the right side. He's going to throw the ball to the right in the slant pattern to the top of your screen. 1, 2, 3, slant. Throw it in there. Good drive on it right there. Knocks it back right there. Katzenmoyer takes it off the turf, and this young man can run. Now he's looking for a convoy to get some help. Kelly, 34, going to try to help him there.
Let me see the end of this now. Watch. The difference is on Sunday, if a safety had spotted a quarterback coming over, oh, baby, it'd have been lights out when you get a free shot at the quarterback like that.
But that shows you what kind of a competitor Jake Plummer is. He threw the interception. Really, he didn't really throw it. That just happened. And he goes over and makes the tackle on it.
Number 25.
They've done a good job following takeaway. 23% of their points scored has come after a takeaway.
But that favorable field position is negated, so they must take over on their own 25-yard line. Germain hit on the release, incomplete. Simmons. He was the cornerback who was tracking the wideout that time, Buster Tillman.
Again, they used that same principle. That they worked with the 5 defensive linemen, but they used the same principle of play action fake, try to keep a safety out of there, then throw the post pattern. Excellent coverage that time by Jason Simmons. They say he's a great competitor. He demonstrates it right here. Look at that left hand, just like the coach's coach, Donnie Anderson, the secondary coach. Really well done. Here it is again. Look at the closing speed right here. Got to step on him. There he goes. Damn.
Matt Keller in on 2nd and 10. He's an outstanding receiver. Sueda again gets off the ball. They want to set the screen against it to Keller, and Rogers was in on that tackle that time for the Sun Devils.
You're really right on it, Brent, when you say again he gets off the ball. It's that guy quick, Sueda, number 99. He gets off the ball. One of the best defensive tackles I've seen this year. And Rogers is quicker, one of the faster men on the defense, but he's not a tackle. See, and he pushes up inside like that. And Sueda forced it. Now there's no place to really advance the football.
I don't think, Dick, I have seen a defensive lineman anticipate a snap count like Sueda is. And clearly, the Buckeyes need a hard count right here. They'd pull him right across. It's 3rd and 15. The ball on the 20. Now the Sun Devils show pressure at the line. They're coming. Oh, here's the sack. Fright Night in on top after Smith hit him first. And Jermaine is sacked at the 5-yard line.
He saw the blitz coming. He saw it, but I don't know if he audible or not, but if you're going to audible, you better get rid of the ball quick, because old Derek Smith coming off the top there. Coming right off the top of the screen here, up the top. Here he comes. They can't pick everybody up there. Collapsing inside. He couldn't get away from it. Then old Fright Night, he is a free safety. Not free, he's a sacking safety right now.
Now, tough spot. Remember, there was pressure on Bartholomew from the left defensive side for Arizona State out of his own end zone.
Oh, he gets a good one, too.
There's Redmond. Another penalty flag comes flying.
I wish those guys would have left those flags to the East Coast. He says, I can't believe it.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Yes, the returning team, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 1st and 10.
Right here on the left side of your screen, you'll see the block in the back right there. Obvious, glaring. Can't do that.
6 yards on the return.
So the ball comes back to the Sun Devils' 43-yard line.
And the penalty.
And the final seconds left here in the 3rd quarter of 5 with Joe Germain, who took a blow from Friedman up on the chin. It was a frightening experience when Friedman came rolling in there at the end.
That's Bill Davis, the trainer, tending to him there right over his right shoulder.
Last play of the quarter. Plummer. Complete. He puts the ball in the hands of Lindsey Jackson. And the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Well, if Arizona State is to win a national championship behind Jake Plummer, they're going to have to do it in the last 15 minutes. That's coming up after this message and a word from our ABC station.
2nd down and 3.
Basketball, Saturday at 8 on Channel 9.
This is why life can be tough for a quarterback. Take a look at the hit delivered by Friedman on Jermaine. And over on the sideline, Jermaine has been receiving medical attention as he was slammed to the turf. He came into the game, we are told by Jack Arute, with a cut already under the chin, and that hit by Friedman reopened it. Now it's a Sun Devils ball. We start the final quarter. They trail it in their bid to be a national champion. 5-4. Here is Battle, the running back, and he makes it to the 42-yard line. That's a 1st down for the Sun Devils.
They came with that same blitz off the slot. Now the receiver in the slot signaled the quarterback that he was coming. I don't think they audible. They already had it called. Their Dan just had a signal to the quarterback. Your call. Go with it.
A gain of 8 yards.
The Buckeyes using almost an exclusive nickel defense against the 3 wide receivers of the Sun Devils. Boyer in motion. Drops it at the 35-yard line. Second down and 10.
Yeah, now they're starting to use motion now to loosen up that man-to-man coverage. Taking a look at the numbers here after the third quarter. OSU now at 193 to 165. Only 1 turnover in this football game. ASU picked up a little bit time of possession in that third quarter. First downs 10 to 13.
Second down and 10. Boyer goes in motion. Left slot, they'll drop it off down to Battle. Alley bounces off of Moore to the 31-yard line. Another first down, Sun Devils. Battle and the Devils are driving.
Very Battle and strong. You mentioned that earlier, Brent. That time he's running upfield good, and he gets his pads down quickly when he has to, and instinctively ricochets off there and moves that for the first down. Boy, is he going to be a good one. He's got another year of eligibility. Little swing fast screen pattern coming out there. Lays it off nice. And now he's out there in the open field. He can make a decision where he wants to go. And that's a good tackler. You should wrap your arms, though, in Damon Moore, number 13.
And Moore is still down on one knee. That is Moore who is being tended to. The Sun Devils had already come up to the line of scrimmage when it was noticed that Damon was down, and so it probably means that Shea Bryant checks in. Yes, number 18 replaces Damon Moore at safety for the Buckeyes. Now, Shea's had some experience.
Yeah, he played all 12 games last year, Brent. He's played in all the games this year, too. He has some experience, but he is not a Damon Moore.
Poole, Boyer, and Jackson, the wideouts. Comes the blitz. And the whistle before Kelly came across the line of scrimmage. But he was coming again.
They really come after you.
Dead ball foul. False start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, and remain first down.
Well, the last time Bruce Snyder's team threatened, they turned it over. This time, a false start, and they're penalized 5 yards.
Sometimes, you know, the offensive linemen up there, they see that blitz coming, and they get a little shaky, and they move, and they cannot lift that hand.
It has allowed Moore to return to the defensive backfield. Shaken up momentarily. The safety for the Buckeyes is back for 1st and 15.
They jumped into the bare front now.
Short drop, got Boyer, drops it. Sean Springs was coming up to deliver a message, and it was incomplete.
Again, using movement to loosen the defense. But, you know, when you're throwing to a man in movement, out of motion, moving from the backfield, you've got to throw it accurately or he can't catch and run.
Dick, whereas in the first half, Springs was locked up on Poole for almost all of the 30 minutes. He's off of him right now.
Right, and, you know, when they play zone, then they'll loosen back off him. So they're obviously slipping a zone in there once in a while, Brent.
So now as he goes out, split out to the left side, Springs has him. Plummer looks back, incomplete, should have been caught by the tight end, and it was dropped that time by Kendall.
Good call, a little crossing pattern by the 2 tight ends. They sent Bush, 82, upfield, wanted to bring Kendall underneath him, just threw it a little bit behind him, though. Catchable football. That pressure is bothering him a little here. There's wide receiver coach there, Coach Pflugrad. See, they're going to signal now. They got 3 guys giving the signal. Only one of them is alive.
That backup quarterback, number 11, is tall, folks. You weren't imagining anything. Campbell is 6 foot 8 inches tall over there on that sideline. Now 3rd down and 15. Jackson locked up with Howard. Springs is well off a Poole. And Kelly stepped into that neutral zone. Battle is hit quickly.
Jake Plummer's doing a good job of holding the snap count. They use an erratic count. It's not rhythmic, so he can hold it. And that got the guys across the line of scrimmage. Just as long as you don't move yourself offensively, you're all right.
You know, I'm having a hard time believing what I'm seeing. I mean, wasn't he standing and wasn't there movement in the neutral zone?
The helmet was over the ball.
Regardless, battles down, and suddenly it is 4th down, and that's a tough break for the Sun Devils. Lance Anderson's in, and Sean Springs will stand back on the Buckeyes 10-yard line. Been some weird things go on at Rose Bowl's past.
Dead ball foul, delay of game, on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
He wanted that deliberate, so that the punter can back up a little bit more. He'd like to bury the Buckeyes if they can, so Arbuckle's special teams took that penalty deliberately at the 12:56 mark here of the final quarter. 14-10. Buckeyes are upsetting, or shouldn't we say upsetting, they were the favorites of this game. Low punt, trying to get it out of bounds, trying to get coverage downfield, and it is out of bounds. Beautifully done by Anderson, rolling out at the 6-yard line. So the Buckeyes will be coming out now from very tough field position with a quarterback who was shaken up in his last possession. And this could be a huge play in this football game. We'll see if the Arizona State defense can take advantage of it. We come back to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
This is the big one. Number 1 Florida State tackles arch rival Florida with college football's national title on the line. The Nokia Sugar Bowl tomorrow night on ABC.
These aerial shots courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Eagle, based in nearby Carson, California. The pilot John Creighton from Torrance, California. 12:47 left in the Rose Bowl. Ohio State with a 4-point lead. Joe Germain shaken up on the last play. Blood down on the front of his jersey now. Coming out from the Buckeyes 6-yard line. The Sun Devils, they smell that blood right now. Schwader tries to get across. Pepe's got the hole on the right-hand side. Now, from the backside, he's brought down, but not before he's bailed him out with a 12-yard run. Derek Rogers chasing him down, and Matt Calhoun gets the job done for Germain and the Buckeyes.
He did an excellent job. Matt Calhoun, lead blocking. That's what he's in there for. As you earlier said, he's just like a fullback in there, a guard. Here he is, left-hand side of your screen, right-hand side, up in there. Pow! Nice contact by both people. There's the hole to run in.
As big a run as the Buckeyes have had all game long. That bails them out of deep trouble, out to the 18-yard line. They give it to the fullback, to the 21-yard line. That time Mike Jacobs, who's up in that booth calling the plays, sent Keller back in the game, and he got the carry. John Cooper's coaching staff underwent a shakeup. Joe Hollis, who's down on the field, was the offensive coordinator, and Hollis will become the head coach at Arkansas State. And Walt Harris, who's upstairs and who had been sending in plays, he took the head coaching job up at Pittsburgh. And there you see the great veteran Hollis down on the side, was on some Georgia staffs down there.
Coach Phil Snow.
So 2nd down. Pepe Pearson can't get away from Rogers. There's the speed. He brings him down. Tackle for a loss at the 16-yard line.
Boy, when he has an angle to move inside out, and you see they stun it too, and he went underneath. He didn't charge straight ahead. He came underneath, top of your screen. See, he stunts underneath. Now he has the quickness to jump back, inside out, and make that kind of play. No substitute for speed on defense, and he had it.
11:23. Here is 3rd down and 12. The ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Buckeyes don't want to turn it over down here. Germain short drop, puts it into Boston's hands, and he'll go down at the 19-yard line, far short of that 1st down. And that was Marcus Soward, the senior corner, wrapping him up. And so here's Bartholomew into punt. And you have to believe if ever the Sun Devils were looking for a play now on their special teams, it's right here.
But that also on that defensive call by Phil Snow demonstrates what confidence they have in their defense, because they were up in the slots playing bump and run tight coverage. Boy, you've got to have confidence in your people to do that on 3rd down.
Redmond picked up on the bounce, trying to save a loss. Does a decent job. Back to the 32-yard line. The Sun Devils are 68 yards away. They trail it by 4 in their bid to become a national champion at the Rose Bowl. The Arizona State defense has yielded only 2 passing touchdowns. Now it's up to Jake Plummer and the offense. 14 of 27. 1 touchdown, but the 1 interception. The big cat, Katzenmoyer. Redmond is the running back. The toss is to Redmond behind Paul. Paul cuts down Katzenmoyer, and Redmond is down at the 35.
Well, that's the best place to run the football against that Bear defense. They are all up in there tight, 8 man up in there, and they just flip it and get outside quickly. You need 1 block at the corner.
Drama starts to build, and you can tell it in the faces of these young men. And the coach is on the sideline. The man who's under pressure. This is Redmond again, plowing straight ahead, short of the first down.
Ryan Miller. Winfield Garnett on the stop.
Springs a little bit dinged here.
3 to 4 yards.
3rd down and 2. Boyer in motion. Redmond, and stopped short of it as Kelly, the safety, broke across and broke up the play before it developed.
See, they had 4 people coming off the one side. They went right into the blitz. Red Buckeyes right there made a real good call, guessed correctly. You're not always going to be right, but that time Fred was right. He ran right into the blitz, no place to go. Top of your screen, you'll see him here. Here he comes on the top. 34 right there. Bang, underneath. Good push up inside, too, by number 68, Winfield Garnett.
Boston awaits the Anderson punt. A boomer. What a leg this young man possesses. A chance. It's down inside the 5-yard line. They'll spot it at the 2.
Isaiah Mustafa.
So again, it's up to Mr. Snyder's defense to get the ball back if he is to have a chance at a national title.
59 yards on the punt by Lance Anderson.
ABC Sports coverage of the 1997 Rose Bowl, brought to you by Honda. Vehicles designed to help simplify your life. Merrill Lynch, for clients around the world, we make a difference. The difference is Merrill Lynch. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. And Pizza Hut, making it great again and again. And again, the story. Jermaine on the sideline for the Buckeyes. Stanley Jackson, the starter in this game, now returns. A very tough spot for Jackson. Coming out from the Buckeyes 3-yard line. The hand is to Pearson. Buck loose. 20-yard line. He's free. Soward in a foot race has the angle, and he pushes him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Pepe Pearson rested more today as Wiley and Keller have been used as running backs. Comes up with a huge bailout run of 72 yards here in the 4th quarter.
And they go right back to the reason they're here. Run right at people, lead the fullback, make contact, and give it to a back that wants to run hard. Good lead block by the fullback, not a dominating block, not the reason they broke the play. Good running right there. They blitzed from the outside. He ran through some arms. He has excellent speed. They say he's the fastest tailback they've had there in years. He demonstrates it right here on this run.
1st down and 10 for the Bucks. The tight end moves over on the Derek Rogers side of the defense. Wiley now in the game. And Wiley to the 32. If there is anything different that we have seen with Coach Jacobs running Cooper's offense, it is the fact that he has utilized more manpower in this game. He has had separate packages, not only for his quarterbacks, but using Wiley to rest Pearson. Now Jacobs, who's calling the plays for the first time today, is a vet. He's over on the left, and he came off Don Nealon's staff at West Virginia. He's a veteran play caller. He will be the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. And I say nice job with this baby, at least so far. Long way to go. Second down now and 7. This is Wiley, excellent receiver. Timeout call by Jackson. He'll come over to the side.
So he ran out of time. He's saying, guys, get the play in sooner.
We'll take a break. Cooper's Buckeyes lead it by 4.
Big Ten Conference, celebrating 100 years of athletic and academic excellence.
I don't know how Orlando Pace looks in green, but the New York Jets have to think about this man as number 1 as he catches a defense stunting and he buries the lineman on that side.
I know the other thing you don't want to do is stand up in front of him. Look at this guy. And he's just a young, immature guy at, at 340 pounds.
Second down. Here comes pressure from the Sun Devils. Wiley steps free. Oh, if he had just maintained his balance, he was gone. There was pressure coming up from that side of the defense, and Wiley had the hole.
And give the fullback some credit on this one. This is how you're supposed to do it as a lead blocker. Take people on at the point, and did Calhoun Everett do it? He did a great job on it. Follow this young man right here as he goes in. He's been doing it for a long time. Number 39, pow! Look at that block. Nobody wins, nobody loses. Running back advances the ball. Pretty good running, too, by that young freshman from San Diego.
The Bucks at the Sun Devils 22. Pressure time for both sides. Wiley, whole left side, and a great tackle by Banderahi. There's a young man who should have been first team Pac-10. Still can't believe how the coaches ignored him this year in the Pac-10. He was a wonderful linebacker all year long for Coach Snyder.
Well, Brent, you make that comment. They're the number 1 defensive team in the Pac-10. They only had one guy make the first string Pac-10 defense. Good coaching, I guess, huh?
Something.
There's a good coach. I know that for a fact. Thumbs up, he said.
Second down and 9. Stanley and Boston have caught touchdown passes. Jackson threw away from Boston that time. He dropped back off against Soward.
Yeah, see, what they did, they came up and pressured, and Friedman was coming over there to double, so they had him short and long.
Second and 9.
Here's Rogers coming to the outside. He's going to be picked up by a little running back right there, and he doesn't get his body into him, see, and Rogers gets his hands up. A running back should block through that defender, not to that defender.
The Arizona State offense over on that sideline, hoping that the defense can hold on here. It's a 4-point Buckeye lead. Nat Keller, who's been a big player in this game, is back in as the lone running back behind Jackson.
And Wiley's out as a wide receiver.
Almost intercepted. Tillman.
That's pass interference.
Came through Stanley. I still don't see a flag down.
No, hey, he interfered with him, in my opinion, from up here, Brent. No flag, no penalty. I know Buster Stanley thought he was interfered with, but it looked like they hooked him.
9 yards to go.
The right side of your screen coming in the middle now, right there.
Lining up for a field goal again.
Josh Jackson in to attempt the field goal. 37-yarder. Bartholomew, the punter, is the holder.
He's at 65% in his career from this distance. Good kicker.
Blocked. Loose. Sun Devils.
He
loose.
It.
And the big fella Rogers is rolling. There is a penalty flag down, however, so hold on.
Penalty flag. Back at midfield.
Bernstein deflected it.
He's done it before. He came into the game with 3 blocks. That's with the advantage of being 6'8". Didn't you earlier say a special teams play is going to take place in this ball game? You were right again, Mr. Musburger. Let's see what we got. This may take until midnight.
Derek Rogers. Pick up the ball.
After the block and after possession by Arizona State, during the run back, an illegal forward pass against the returning team, 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
Here's Bernstein there, right center of your screen, 94. Here we go, right up there. Good penalty. He should never get in those inside gaps. Should never happen. 94 right there. Turns his body. He's a loosey-goosey guy for a 6'8" guy.
Now Jake Plummer quickly at the line here on first down. Throws back left deep. Got his pull, and it's broken up at the last instant by Sean Springs. Poole had a step on 24, and Springs came back and made the play. Second and 10.
Brent, I really believe Jake waited just a little too long to throw that ball. He should get that ball in the air just a little bit quicker because Poole had a step. See right here in the middle of your screen, he's waiting for that ball to get there, and good recovery speed by Springs, and he flips it with his right hand. Really a good shot right there. Isn't that a great shot? Look at that right hand get it instinctively. See, he was watching his eyes. He was watching his eyes.
Second and 10, and it's Redmond. Redmond to the 47-yard line and more, making the stop for the Buckeyes. So Derek Rogers, with his return of a blocked field goal, or what the Sun Devils were hoping was a touchdown, comes back. And you can see the infraction here. The forward pass, it was ruled on this play. Rogers outrunning Josh Jackson, but it'll all come back. Plummer's got Poole, and Poole now with his first catch, and it is big. A first down for the Sun Devils here at the 4:48 mark. And here comes Jake the Snake one more time.
And I'm sort of surprised they elected to back off and play a little bit looser. Brent, you mentioned that earlier. He's still in man coverage. He's playing an inside technique. He was sitting back off, but playing man coverage, you don't normally look back into the quarterback. You normally concentrate a little bit more on that receiver.
First down. Ball's at the Bucks 44.
Redmond out as a wide receiver. That's on Damon Moore, strong safety.
Plummer gets away, drops it to Polk, safety valve, and they make the most out of nothing. Pick up a couple of yards on that.
You know, they got what they wanted out of the formation. They just didn't utilize it. They had a running back out there on a strong safety and didn't take advantage of it. Yes, there was pressure, but he should have thrown the ball quickly. He had a shot at it.
Arizona State, the comeback kids all year, trying to do it again. And the Sun Devils hope to state their case of becoming national champion. Here's the toss. Redmond hit by Moore. 39-yard line.
Filled just like you would coach him to fill the ball. They cross-blocked, they blocked the tight end down, pulled the big tackle, Rugemer up there. There looked like there was a nice lane, and Mr. Moore, Damon Moore, we've called his name a number of times, came up there today and really filled that play nicely. They toss it quickly. You'll see right side of your screen. Here he comes, inside out of the play. Boom, pads down. Nice technique, Damon. Well, it's raining pretty hard out there right now.
And now it is 3rd and 5. Plummer couldn't get it this time. 4th down in a season coming up. And Bruce Snyder calls timeout in the rain in Pasadena. 3 minutes left. The Sun Devils are down by 4. Might be the biggest play of the year coming up for the Sun Devils. That's why they want to talk about it. We'll come right back. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. We bring in 1997 here on ABC. Let's just hope that Florida and Florida State, as dramatic as this one has been here in Pasadena, the rain starting to come down. This the most important call of the game on both sides. Jake Plummer facing 4th and 4. The Sun Devils trailing Ohio State by 4 points, 14-10. Redmond is the running back, and Boyer's the motion receiver. Here comes the blitz. They go one-on-one against Howard. Got it! 1st and goal for the Sun Devils. It is Lindsey Jackson, number 83, who makes perhaps the biggest play of the season against number 2, Ty Howard.
Good coverage, too. Just an excellent throw. Blitz all the way. That was the Bear defense. They brought everybody in the kitchen sink. Pressure inside. He's going to play him right there. No hand contact. Throwing the ball nicely over that outside shoulder. See, perfect throw. Can't do it any better. Tough to cover that one.
Now 1st and goal. Hawks, the fullback, for 1 against the heart of the Buckeye defense.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if I wouldn't have thrown the ball on 1st down there. The one thing I learned from Sid Gilman a long time ago when we were working together, when you get inside the red zone, try to score off the 1st down, especially in tight situations. This guy knows what he's doing. I don't question it.
There's no second guessing their call on 4th and 4. 29 yards for the 1st down, and now it'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball on the 7. 3 wideouts for Plummer, and Bush is the tight end on the right-hand side of the formation. Plummer hit by Belisari. Held onto the football, wrapped it up. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line as Belisari comes backside, and Snyder uses his 2nd timeout.
What a career this young man has had. You just can't say enough great things about that kind of football player. Top of your screen, number 30 coming in. Now, Pincus 92 collapses it inside. Roquet moving outside just a little bit late. He's got to get out there quicker. He was zoning off inside, but didn't move inside out quick enough. And Belisari comes around there playing his last game as a Buckeye. And one day he'll be operating as either one of them. Hope it's you, not me.
Unless you have a credential.
What a football player.
No one is allowed on the field.
Now the Arizona State offense going over to be around Jake Plummer. Remember, this is a team that has pulled magic out all season long. They've come down to 147. And how they got the football back, it was this block by Bernstein.
Number 94, right to the left side of the center. Came in that outside of the guard and inside, and see, that was a planned maneuver. See, they powered block Pace back so he could not close that inside gap efficiently, and that's how Bernstein got inside.
They used a throwback pass to Jake Plummer in the same stadium against UCLA.
They're coming again.
Plummer in trouble, steps away, cuts free, breaks loose, 5, touchdown, Sun Devils. Woo! The Snake does it again. This team won't die. You can cut a snake's head off, but he continues to live.
11 yards for a touchdown.
Robert Neese.
He better make it. 60 to 60 coming in.
Now 1:40 to go. Jake the Snake and the amazing Sun Devils of Arizona State have stated their case, at least offensively.
They have done it all year. That is their personality. They persevere, no question. When you're in blitz coverage, there's nobody on the quarterback. This is not a draw. He scrambles up inside. No one there to take him. Here goes Katzenmoyer up inside. He can't get to him. Elusiveness right there. Determination. Pincus comes over. Now just guts running and instincts to know where that end zone is. Look at him stick it in there. He's done it before. Wow. If I were John Cooper right now, I would be almost ready to die. What a minute. Look at this. No, he's not a rattlesnake. He's more like a cobra.
And when he strikes, it hurts.
It hurts.
Back in October, Jake did it in the fourth quarter just like he's done it here against UCLA. Threw for a touchdown. Ran for a touchdown. Not a pass for a touchdown. But now, Arizona State's kicking team needs to hold up against Sean Springs and Demetrius Stanley. Anderson keeps it on the ground. High hop. Fielded by the short man Keller, the fullback.
Don't want to go out of bounds.
So this was the scene back in October against UCLA. Twice they came from 21 points down. What I want you to watch after Jake catches the pass from Redmond, I want you to watch the run. This came at the left end of the Rose Bowl. Watch him weave his way and dive to pay dirt. Does that seem familiar? We have a dive at the other end zone just moments ago. Joe Germain, who threw the long touchdown pass, has replaced Stanley Jackson. The Buckeyes have only one timeout left and 1:33. Field goal does them no good. Tight end, incomplete. Almost intercepted by Friedman.
He wanted to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and get down the seam. And Friedman had real good reaction.
Let me correct myself on one thing. They can't win it with a field goal, but they can get it into overtime.
You bet.
Sun Devils in their scoring drive with 58 yards and 10 plays.
Second down and 10.
Within 3 minutes and 56 seconds.
Slot to the right. Germain. Got his man incomplete. He was wide open that time, DJ Jones was.
I'll tell you, and Sueda, number 99 as well, as Rogers put real good pressure on him, and Germain maintained real good poise. He's held the football, he stood away from the rush, he just stood in there, threw almost the perfect throw. Good concentration, good poise for it. There's two John Coopers reacting there. That's his son standing right behind him.
Third down and 10 for Germain and the Bucks. Got it to Stanley. That's a first down. And it stops the clock in college, remember, on the first down. So it's 1:16. Jason Simmons, the defensive back on that side. Buckeyes up at the line. Germain, far side, incomplete. Second down, he wanted Stanley, and there is a penalty flag flying on that far side. You know, as I think back to that October Saturday, it is so eerie because in that game also, it was Bernstein who blocked the field goal in that game. And it was Jake Plummer, of course. We just saw that when he touched down. Ineligible receiver downfield. Very costly. The Snake has done it again. He did not win the Heisman, but you can certainly make a case that that man right there was the most valuable player in college football to his team this year. What I'm saying is entirely different. I'm certainly not arguing with the numbers Danny Werfel put up.
On the offense, penalties decline. Play second down.
What no one should forget is that this Arizona State team authored, in our mind, the biggest victory of the year early on when they shut out Nebraska. Now it is 2nd and 10 for the Sun Devils. Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
And it has come to 3rd and 10 with 1:04 to go.
Damian Richardson defending.
See, again, they're in that 3-receiver set, spreading it from side to sideline and trying to pick the guy that's singled up going down the hole. But they're keeping 2 safeties back there right now and playing across the front man-to-man, not blitzing anybody, but trying to get a good rush with the down 4.
Now leading the cheers. Steps away from the pressure. There he's got it. Stanley again, and the clock will stop. Now the Buckeyes are only 40 yards away. And remember, because of the overtime rule, a field goal puts us into overtime in this game. It's 17-14. Buckeyes don't need a touchdown. They don't have to try to win it here in the last 53. Germain got him again. Stanley out of bounds inside the 30-yard line, and they've stopped the clock as they go out of bounds, and they'll move the chains on the first down. 46 seconds, and Jake Plummer might want to think about a few plays in overtime.
Yeah, and Phil Snow, defensive coordinator, might want to think about tightening up his coverage. They've been more efficient, playing up much tighter and more aggressive right now. Granted, you're taking a chance, but right now you can't let them keep moving the football.
The Buckeyes special team might want to think how to block if they go in for a field goal here, having had the last one blocked. First down and 10 for the Bucks. Germain got a man. No, it is stopped. The play was stopped before the snap. That's why Stanley was not looking in. He knew that it had been whistled dead.
I think Germain started to pull out, as did the tight ends moved when he started to jerk out of there.
Dead ball foul. False start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty.
See, Germain right there came out, and then the tight end to the left side of your screen, which you could not see on that, he moved with the quarterback when he moved out.
Every yard's important, too, if you're maneuvering to attempt a field goal down here.
Yeah, because Josh Jackson is not a long-range field goal kicker, Brett. As long as 39.
Please put 46 seconds on the game clock. 46 seconds.
The Buckeyes will take the additional 3. Thank you very much.
Jackson's career-long field goal is 39 yards.
The Buckeyes have only 1 timeout. They would love to keep that to get the field goal unit on the field if need be.
46 seconds put on the clock.
So clock management against the Sun Devils.
We got 46 minutes on it.
Well, the Buckeyes will take that in a hurry.
In a hurry. Please, there he is.
17-14, Arizona State up 3.
These are the hard defensive calls right now. Do you take a chance and come after them? Do you play them tight man-to-man? It's been effective most of the football game.
Germain. Got one-on-one against Simmons. And there's a penalty flag on the play.
A penalty flag on the play. Jason Simmons defending.
Remember, it's not first and goal now, but that's what it is. And yes, indeed, that's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down in the college game. And now this moves Jackson back clearly within his range.
Here's the tight coverage now. The safety was working over there to help him, so he had help deep. Richardson was right there to help him right there. See, he's pushing him with his right hand right there. You can't do that. One more look at it. See, that right hand is shoving on him. He can't do that.
Now they are down to the 20-yard line.
See, that right there is a 37-yard field goal.
One timeout remaining for the Buckeyes. Germain authoring a splendid drive here in the closing moments of this Rose Bowl. Fake. Looks back the other way. It's open if he wants to run. He threw it incomplete. There was an alley wide open. He could have run all the way to the 10-yard line.
He might have run the thing in the end zone. There was nobody there, Brent. They were covered back there. They were doubling the outside wide receiver that way. He had a heck of a lane. You'll see what we're talking about. We take a high end zone look at the play. Drop back. Set up. He pumps left first. He wanted to run a little go pattern. It wasn't there. He feels the pressure. He gets outside. Look at the lane up inside. Look at the lane inside. Doesn't take it. Wow.
Fullback Keller had slipped out. Smith, the linebacker, was there. Germain avoiding the interception, so he threw it out over his head. Second down, now 10. Remember, the ball is at the Sun Devils 20.
Coming after him.
Germain calmly fires high.
Pass interference. Gee, yeah, I wouldn't say that too, Sam. It looked like he had a hold of him.
That's Courtney Jackson, the nickel man, 23, who had checked in. USC fans have a painful memory of him. He's the young man who scooped up that toss by Auten and dashed it in the overtime.
I saw pass interference, Brent. Excuse me. Top of your screen, Jackson, number 23. I don't know what the heck that is. If that is, those guys down there, the officials, ought to donate their check to charity on that call. My gosh, that's too obvious. Excuse me,
Wow. No disagreement for me, but it's down at 10. Ball just inside the 20-yard line now. Over the middle, incomplete, and there's the flag.
Well, I didn't call it last time. I think I'll call it this time.
That's an automatic first down.
Well within field goal range right now.
They may not need the field goal.
They may not
get the touchdown in here in the last 24 seconds and win this. Soward committed the foul.
Here it is, Soward, number 32, playing inside technique there. He comes back underneath it. There he is. Just hooks him. My God. There's no way you can get away with that anywhere. Unless you're on the other side of the field.
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, Bruce Snyder on that Arizona State side has said over and over that negative events have not impacted us very much this year. They're about to be tested on that. 24 seconds to go. The Buckeyes still have a timeout remaining. They're down by 3, and they are now at the Sun Devils' 5-yard line.
The big thing, Brent, is don't turn it over if you're throwing the football.
Keller is offset from Pepe. Germain going to throw it wide open. Got him. Buckeyes lead it. 19 seconds to go. And the freshman, David Boston, with his second touchdown pass of the game.
You know, he just used a little press move. He came off the line of scrimmage, Brent, moved to the inside, reverse pivot, and pushed to the outside, threw the strike, touchdown. Very well done. Wow, college football. No better game. Can the Jake do it again?
It looked like John wanted to use his last timeout.
They can't believe it.
Chaos down there, and they're getting Wiley. They're rushing Wiley into the game to call the timeout. They attracted the referee's attention by sending the fastest man on the sideline after him before the snap.
Ladies and gentlemen, the difference is no one is permitted on the play here.
That's what I'm talking about right now. Move to the inside, see, push, then wheel back to the outside right there, and for some reason, he dropped off it. Courtney Jackson, red shirt freshman mistake. Again, to the right side of your screen. Good time, no pressure on him. Throws it wide to the outside, all alone. Courtney Jackson acted like he had some help.
You know, you feel pain for Bruce Snyder, but you really can feel joy for this man. 1-6 in bowl games, beaten by Michigan. Man who faces pressure every day in Columbus, Ohio, and who knows, maybe finally something good has happened to Coach Cooper and the Buckeyes.
And as you said, Brent, he does deserve it.
On the other side, this guy, the coach of the year, by any measurement, with the job he did with the Sun Devils, it looked like they'd pulled it off one more time. But it was the drive of the year as far as Buckeye fans are concerned. Joe Germain, who struck us as being very calm during that drive when he drove the Bucks down the field. Wasn't rattled, wasn't nervous. And now it'll be Jackson to see if he can put this one out of field goal range as far as Arizona State is concerned. They get at it and block it.
I think it was a low kick.
Bernstein again. Why'd you believe it? He has left them within field goal range with his second block kick here in the fourth quarter.
He came into the game with 3. He can really, he times it. Good sense of timing. He comes right from here. Number 94. He'll leap. You'll see him appear. Here he comes. Good timing. See, came up over the top. Instead of being down in a 4-point stance, coming through a gap like he was in blocking the field goal, he's back off and times the leap. Here he is right now. As long as he doesn't propel himself and using somebody else's body, that's a legal play.
What a great Rose Bowl. 2017. Ohio State leads it, but only by 3. The snake gets ready, and Jack Arute, there was some confusion on John Cooper's sideline a moment ago.
Well, Brent, originally it looked like they were going to call a 2-point play. In fact, the 2-point team was out there. John Cooper called them off at the last minute and sent the kicker out. So you got to begin to second guess. 2 points or 1 point. They got no points.
I think in that situation, though, Jack, you've got to kick the extra point. You don't think that's going to
I agree.
You got to get the 4 if you can.
I agree with you.
Here is the kickoff now. They're going to put it in Redmond's hands at the 15-yard line. Can they get a return? Alley right side out to the 34-yard line. Arizona State with 1 timeout left and 14 seconds, and the one fella that they want to stay away from is number 24, Sean Springs. He has been magnificent in that defensive backfield all day long.
They came in as the number 1 pass defense in the country, the number 6 defense overall in the country, and they proved why they're rated that high. They have earned the right. They'll be way back in a prevent defense.
Jake throws for the first down to Bush. He'll get out of bounds, stop the clock at the 47-yard line. Just 7 seconds left and 1 timeout. So they need 1 long completion here, then use the timeout if they can hurry and get Nice on the field to attempt the field goal.
Yeah, plus with 7 seconds, Brent, the long completion might eat up 7 seconds.
Exactly, Coach.
They should be 3 deep across there or 4 deep across. They're 3 deep across in the secondary.
On the quick count, middle, got the first down. Jackson's got to get down. They got to stop it. Time has run out. Ohio State beats Arizona State. The Sun Devils' dream comes to an end in Pasadena, but not before they put on a heck of a fight. Bruce Snyder's Sun Devils give it up in the last 30 seconds.
Ohio State University Buckeyes 20. Arizona State University Sun Devils 17.
And now John Cooper, 10 years apart. He came here with Arizona State and won. Now he's come back with Ohio State and won. That is his daughter, a member of the media, who's down there on that crush. The Buckeyes win their first Rose Bowl since, well, way back in the 70s. The trophy presentation is coming up. The Buckeyes earned this trophy. They did it the hard way against a great performance by Jake Plummer. Belisari with a hug for his fallen comrade as Ohio State wins it 2017. We'll be right back. Joe Germain from Mesa, Arizona, who attended Scottsdale, Arizona Junior College, comes back to finally bury that snake. He goes 9 of 17 for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, and down we go to Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, thank you very much, Brent. I want to introduce to you right now the president of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses, Mr. William Johnstone, for an extremely important presentation.
Thank you, Jack. Coach, will you help me pick this up?
I can help you, absolutely.
Coach John Cooper, one of the best ever games in the Rose Bowl to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Congratulations, John. Great.
Thank you.
Coach, I know Buckeye fans have waited a very, very long time for this. Congratulations to you, the captains, the entire squad.
That victory was for Columbus. The great fans we have, these senior football players. This guy right here played the entire ball game with torn biceps in here. Great effort. I've been coaching 35 years. Greatest victory in the history.
Coach, before the game, you told your seniors that they were on the cusp of one of the greatest opportunities. Tell our fans and our viewers what that was.
Well, these seniors just got through winning 41 football games. That's the most of any senior class in the history of Ohio State.
How about John Cooper? Tell us about the game. You started out with Jackson, then you changed over to Jermaine. You ended up staying with Jermaine. You brought Jackson in once in a while. What was the decision behind that?
Well, I think we proved today that you can win by playing 2 quarterbacks. Stanley Jackson's an outstanding football player. Joe Germain, how about a guy from Scottsdale that came back here and beat the hometown people? Okay, isn't that great? Joe Germain.
Now, Coach, we've got one more game tomorrow night. They're touting it in New Orleans as the chase for the national championship. Should Florida and the Gators defeat the Seminoles, state your case for the national championship.
Bring them here 2 days from now. We'll play them.
Hell yeah.
Both those teams are great football teams. I could care less about it right now. I am so happy that we beat a great Arizona State football team, and that's a great team we beat today.
Let's take a talk to Joe Germain. Joe, just an incredible second half, but tell me your emotions when you looked out and you saw Jake Plummer score there near the end. It looked as if it was going to be snatched away from you.
It's a tough feeling to see him go ahead like that late in the game, but we have confidence in ourselves that we can come back and make the plays and win the game.
Throughout the lead into this game, a lot of the media were talking to you and saying, gee, you're not going to be the starter. How do you feel about it? And the one thing you said is you were just happy to be here in Pasadena. How about now?
That's a great feeling. The bottom line in any team sport is just to win, no matter who plays or what, and we did it tonight.
Well, we have a very special presentation to you. Don't go away, Joe, because Bill Johnston's back here for the Player of the Game presentation, and it goes to you.
Joe, I'm very proud to present the Amateur Athletic Foundation Player of the Game Award to Joe Germain. Congratulations.
Not bad for a guy that wasn't the starter.
It's a good feeling. I just thank my teammates for everything. They did all the work.
Well, John, I understand what you're going to do now is something special here in Pasadena. Tell us about it.
We're going to take a victory lap for all the great fans that we have come out here with us. They've been behind us, win or tie. They're great people. We're going to take a victory lap with this trophy right here.
Go get him, Coach. Brent.
Oh, what a wonderful moment there with his winner tie. I hope all of you heard it, ladies.
And don't time any of them.
And let me tell you, not only is it for the great fans in Columbus, but that one's for John Cooper. This was one whale of a Rose Bowl, and it means so very much to John and everybody back on that staff. And for us, what a pleasure. We want to thank our producer, Jimmy Ressler, and Craig Janoff, and his great crew coming to us for Monday Night Football for these pictures. The winning touchdown and the reaction on the Ohio State sideline. There's no feeling like it.
None whatsoever, Brent. You know, 21 years ago, I knew what that felt like. Right down there in the same spot. It's an unbelievable feeling.
The Buckeyes come west. And in the dream of Jake the Snake and the Sun Devils. Joe Germain on the left and his coach, John Cooper, on the right. It's been over 2 decades since the Buckeyes have won a Rose Bowl, 1974. But they've captured the 1997 version. We'll be right back. The scene at Pasadena. And you can just imagine the heartache over there and the joy on this side for the great senior class. Don't forget tomorrow, more excitement. The Nokia Sugar Bowl for Jack Arute and Dick Vermeil. I'm Brent Musburger. Happy New Year, everybody. Tomorrow night is the Nokia Sugar Bowl. So long, everybody.